defending the north goal, the north end zone, kicking toward the south end zone. That's where they'll be headed here in the first quarter from Beaver Stadium this afternoon. Ray Tarasi, who had the longest field goal of his career in the closing seconds in the last minute last week to win the football game, will be kicking off for the Nittany Lions of Penn State as we get set for football. It's an overcast, pleasantly cool afternoon for football, much better than 1 week ago.
And not too much wind, so the wind shouldn't be a factor in this game.
The referee for the game is Joseph Shirk. David Hicks is the umpire. Head linesman is Joseph Reinwin. James Twitty is the line judge. James Klingensmith, the side judge. Field judge is Walter Malinchek, and the back judge is Gary Danswick. We are just about set for football. The Nittany Lions will kick off from their own 35. Back deep, Young and Ronald Allen. Eric Young and Ronald Allen to handle the return chores for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. The State University of New Jersey against the State University of Pennsylvania. The ball is in the air. Young will field it at the 5-yard line to 10, to 15, straight ahead outside the 20. Bounced back at the 21, then still on his feet near the 25-yard line before he's snowed under. So Rutgers will have the first offensive possession of the game. The officials will spot the ball just outside the 25-yard line. And will set the offense for the Scarlet Knights as they have their first possession of the football game. And Scott Ernie from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, did not play quarterback until his senior year. Tyrone McQueen, Eric Young, James Marsola. They go with 4 wideouts, no tight end. The lone setback is Mike Body. So immediately in the passing formation, it is Young in motion. Ernie rolls to his left, pass complete. Marsola at the 30. He's wrapped up quickly after a gain of about 4 yards.
Well,
Ryan Chismar made the tackle.
When they put Young in motion that particular time, he goes to the wide other side of the field where there's 2 receivers, and it becomes a trips formation, semi-roll out, and they hit Marsola for a short yardage.
And James Can comes into the lineup now, replacing Randy Jackson. So one of the wide receivers leaves. They go without a tight end, 3 wideouts. It is McQueen and Marsola to the far side of the field. They are split right. Young to the near side, split to the left. Ernie fakes the handoff, waits, throws deep down the right sideline. Intended for McQueen. It's overthrown. Defensively, Darren Perry, a redshirt freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, was there for the Lions.
Excellent coverage by the Penn State secondary. Rutgers went for all the marbles on that second down, hoping Penn State would anticipate a shorter pass.
And that is something they do not do as much as you might think. Even though they throw it a lot, they don't go deep a lot. 14:04 to play first quarter. Ernie looks to the bench for the signals as they send the play in for head coach Dick Anderson, now in his 5th season. A graduate of Penn State, his son Jeff, a member of the Penn State football squad who's had some tough luck with injuries. Back to the 4 wideout formation. Again, it's Young in motion. Ernie throws to the far sideline. Catch out near the 40. That will be enough for the first down. Perry was there on the tackle. McQueen made the reception at the 40. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, this is the same play they ran on the first down, only to the other side. Body made a nice block. Penn State came with an outside rush. Ernie gets the ball off to McQueen for the first down.
And they bring in a tight end. Scott Blanche is in there. Up front, it's Jeff Erickson, the center. Nick Erda, Bill Dubiel, Steve Tardy, Bill Milano along that offensive line will set the Penn State defense for you. It's the first down of the ball game for the Scarlet Knights. Marsola comes in motion. And a pitch to the fullback Body. Dave Zott along that defensive line was all over Body, and he will be short of the original line of scrimmage. So a loss of maybe a yard on the play.
They tried a short side pitch into the sidelines towards the motion man. Marsola, Body had no place to go. Zott just came off the block. Rutgers is good what we call dink football. They dink you to death with those short passes.
Defensively for Penn State, it is Zott, Schoenwolf, and Morosco, the down linesmen. McDonald, Collins, Gobb, and Karpinski, the linebackers. Brian Chismar, Eddie Johnson, Sherrod Range, and Darren Perry in the defensive backfield for Penn State. Young in motion. Ernie rolls left. Under some pressure, delivers the football, overthrown, intended for Tyrone McQueen near midfield. He was well covered. Perry was there. And the pass is incomplete. Third down coming up.
Give credit to Scott Gobb, number 63, an inside linebacker who had contained, came from the outside. He put the pressure on Ernie, and Ernie had to release the ball much sooner than he wanted to.
And the result was the ball was overthrown. Scarlet Knights continue with their 4 wide receivers, Young, McQueen, Mersola, and Jackson in the lineup. Lone setback is the fullback Mike Body, a redshirt junior from Ronkonkoma, New York. It is third down and 10. Ernie straight drop this time. With time going deep over the middle. Long and overthrown, intended again for Jackson. Jackson near the 10-yard line, but the ball was overthrown. Sherrod Range was deep with him. It will be fourth down, and Rutgers will be forced to kick.
Well as Rutgers throws the football, they do not throw long very well. Again, this pass is overthrown. The receiver was open for a second. Overshoots him by about 2 yards. Sherrod Range had pretty good coverage on him.
Matt O'Connell averaging 43.2 yards per kick this season. Michael Timpson will be deep for Penn State. He's standing at his 20. The kick under pressure is away. Bouncing at the 30 and inside the 30 as it gets a Rutgers roll to near the 25-yard line, and that's where the Nittany Lions will have their first possession of the football game. 12:56 to play. It's a 35-yard punt. The Nittany Lions will have it at the 25-yard line. And we'll set Penn State for you. Offensively, Tom Bill, of course, will be the quarterback. Along the offensive line, Roger Duffy at center, Steve Wisniewski, the All-American candidate. Ed Monahan, the guards, Jeff Brubaker and Tim Freeman at the tackle positions. Michael Timpson splits to one side, David Daniels to the other. John Green is the fullback. And Leroy Thompson starting at tailback. Bill to pass on first down. Looks for Daniels. It's deflected and knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Darren Sellers was there to tip the ball, knock it away, an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Well, Sellers dropped off underneath, and Penn State goes to the pass. Actually, Bill threw into double coverage that time, and they were fortunate that that wasn't intercepted.
Up front, it is Bankos, Carter Giles, Scott Miller, Tim Lester, linebackers Doug Kokoski, Pat Udovich, and Chris Piquel, the 4th-generation Piquel, playing for Rutgers, 2nd down and 10. Lions with their first possession at their own 25-yard line. We're still in the first quarter. Thompson is knocked at the 25-yard line back to the 18. They'll spot it at the 20-yard line. Scott Miller charged through, broke through clean, and made the tackle in the backfield, a loss of 5.
Well, Miller just penetrated, and they try to get a block on him with Green. He's too big for Green. Thompson goes down for a big loss. Now, Bill is trying to read the Rutgers defense and take a couple of series of downs before they figure out what Rutgers is doing.
Defensive secondary, Darren Sellers, who leads the team in tackles, along with Derek Baker, Jeff Newman, and John Blanton. It is 3rd and long. Bill, a straight drop. Now under pressure, he's brought down at the 10-yard line. It is the 5th time he has been sacked. George Bankos from the left defensive tackle spot made the hit.
That was an excellent rush by Rutgers defense. They take 99 Miller, and they lined him up on the tight end. He came from the outside. Bankos came up from the inside. Just pushed his man back into Bill's face. Another big loss for Penn State.
Eric Young and Vaughn McKee will be deep. Doug Halkowski, who's averaging 36 yards per kick, gets it away from about the 5-yard line. Young at the Penn State 47, inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Officials will spot it closer to the 38. Tim Sweeney made the tackle, a 42-yard punt. A man down on the field for Penn State. An excellent field position for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. No score here with 11:27 to play first quarter. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
Congratulations to Phi Gamma on the celebration of their 100th anniversary.
The injured player for Penn State is the punter, Doug Helkowski. He got clotheslined on the way downfield after the 42-yard kick. The ball winds up at the Penn State 38, and the Scarlet Knights will have good field position. Helkowski is still down on the field at this point.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him, John. Actually, the official didn't see it. One of the Rutgers players leveled him from behind. Helkowski was getting in a position in case of the run back to make the tackle, and he got really popped from behind. I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
Doug, a redshirt freshman from Roughdale, Pennsylvania, is leaving the field under his own power, so we'll keep an eye on him and check his condition. Second possession of the game for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, Frank Gianetti. The redshirt sophomore from Toms River, New Jersey, is now in there. At right tackle, Eric Rinke, the freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, takes over at the nose tackle defensively for Penn State. 11:27 to play first quarter, no score. Young again in motion, again 4 wideouts. Body is the lone setback, the fullback. Ernie straight back over the middle of the pass, complete to Young. He's got some room at the 20, inside down near the 5, across into the end zone for the touchdown. He broke it over the middle. He went in motion one way, came back over the middle of the field, was all alone, and took it about the 20-yard line, sprinted in for the Rutgers touchdown. The Scarlet Knights take the lead.
This is a well-executed play because the first 3 times they threw the Young, he went to the flat. This time he went to the flat, broke it over the middle. He's wide open, split the secondary, and actually there was no Penn State jerseys anywhere in sight. Easy touchdown for Rutgers.
It's a 38-yard pass play for the score on the first play of Rutgers' second possession. The kicker is Carmen Sclafani. He has been perfect on extra points this year. He is perfect again. 11:19 to play first quarter. Rutgers has the early lead. Let's take time out for a word from our local stations. At Rutgers 7, Penn State nothing. This is the Penn State Sports Network. One play for Rutgers. They score to take a 7-0 lead. Thompson and Brown are deep. It's Thompson at his own 8-yard line across the 20. Spins away from one man at the 25. Still on his feet across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And Penn State will have its second possession coming up. 11:13 to play. Bernard battled down to make the tackle. 25 yards on the kickoff return for Thompson. He will stay in the lineup at the tailback spot as the Nittany Lions will set it up offensively for the second time this afternoon. The ball near the 32-yard line, first down 10.
John, in that last play, that was very well designed. They brought Young back over the middle, split Penn State's secondary, and there was no deep coverage there at all.
Out of the I formation, Daniels split to the left, Timpson to the right, the handoff to Thompson, who slips and falls as he gets across the line of scrimmage, picked up maybe a yard on the play before he is dropped. Actually, as he was trying to make his cut, he slipped and fell. So give him 2, it'll be 2nd and 8.
Pretty good hole there. He slipped and fell, but I think this is what Penn State should do. Rutgers has been vulnerable to the run. Penn State has a big, powerful offensive line. You ought to go out and try to stick it to him for a while.
It is 2nd down 8, ball at the 35-yard line, clock moving, 10:45 to play first quarter. Rutgers has the early lead. Bill straight back. Drops it over the middle. Jacob has it across the 43 to near the 45-yard line. The tight end makes the catch for the first down. Tim Lester, the end, made the tackle.
Good read by Bill. They swung Green out of the backfield. He did a delay, came under Green just for short yardage. Bill saw that Green was covered, dumped the ball off for Jacob, got his first down. Good read by the quarterback.
So the tight end, Dave Jacob, who last year was a defensive player, makes the catch for Penn State, gives them a first down at the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup on that play. Straight back again is Bill. Looks over the middle, looking long for Daniels near the 20. Leaps, can't come up with it. It's a little bit overthrown. Too tall. Right with him there on the play was Derek Baker, but the ball intended for David Daniels is a little long.
Only way that could have been completed, it was a little longer and into the inside. Baker had good coverage on Daniels.
Some contact made as both players went for the football. It is an incompletion. 10:13 to play. The ball at the 45. It'll be second down and 10. Michael Timpson split to the right. David Daniels split to the left. Out of the I formation. Green in front of Thompson, the running backs. Behind Tom Bill. The handoff straight ahead to Green. He's got 5 across midfield near the 49-yard line of Rutgers. A quick hitter up the middle. Picks up good yardage for Penn State.
Well, this is what they do best, is run the football. And again, I said Rutgers has been vulnerable. But they're playing Miller, their defensive tackle, outside on Penn State's tight end like a wide tackle 6 formation, forcing Penn State to run up inside the tackle. You can't get outside the end.
It'll be third and about 3.5. Again, Timpson split to the right. The backs are also split. Daniels to the left. Bill straight back. Looking for his tailback. He's got Thompson first down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Chris Pickell made the tackle, but not before Thompson picks up the first down, and they keep the Lion drive alive. 9 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
That was an excellent play. They went to the short side, put 2 receivers there, 1 long, 1 short. Thompson came out of the backfield, just did a little hook, enough for the first down, and Bill picked him up.
Ball spotted now at the 44-yard line of the Scarlet Knights. Again out of the I formation. It's been Thompson and Green all the way at the running backs. Bill hands to Thompson. He's nailed behind the line of scrimmage. Jumping on top of him, George Bankos, a senior, one of those Pennsylvania players at New Jersey at the Rutgers school from Whitehall, Pennsylvania. Good play.
Well, Rutgers in a little bit of an overshift, and Bankos, a 270-pound defensive tackle, beats his man to the inside and put the ball carrier down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 12. Penn State at the Rutgers 46-yard line. Timpson is split to the right, Daniels to the left. The backs, Thompson and Green, are split. Straight back is Bill. Looks over the middle now, tries to go back outside, and the ball is intercepted. Rutgers will have it at the 32. Darren Sella has made the interception, moving in front of Daniels, and the Scarlet Knights have the football back.
That ball hung a little bit, just enough time for Sellers, who's a fine defensive back, to step in front of Daniels. I'm sure Tom Bill would like to have that ball back. Just hung it up a little too long. Sellers steps in front. Rutgers takes over again, and Rutgers is looking very sharp.
The Scarlet Knights will have their 3rd possession at their own 32-yard line. This time they will send 3 wideouts all to the left side. Lone setback in the football game is Body. A lot of time for Ernie. Now he's rushed and dropped back at the 24-yard line by Dave Zott, the junior from Clifton, New Jersey. Just as he put his arm in the air, he brought the hammer down.
Well, let's give Bob Marasco, 89, some credit too. Zott and Marasco beat their men, got off the ball, and they had a lot of pressure from a 4-man rush, and this is what Penn State likes to do.
The loss takes the football back to the 24-yard line. It will be second down and 18 for the Scarlet Knights. Eric Young comes off the field. They'll have 2 running backs in the lineup as Henderson, who has been injured in the first 2 games, their leading ball carrier from last year, is in the lineup right now. The backs are split. The handoff straight ahead to Body. At the 25, he's straightened up. Right on top of him, Andre Collins and Scott Gobb, the inside linebackers, double team him. A gain of a yard, and that's about it.
And now you know why Rutgers throws so often. They do not have a good running game, and I don't think they've run 1 play for more than 3 yards so far, even though it's early in the game. If they beat Penn State, they'll beat them by the pass.
Scarlet Knights average 122 yards on the ground, but their big number is in the passing game, where they're averaging 337.5 per game. It'll be third down, 17. Ball just outside the 25. Clock running with 7:07 to play first quarter. 7-0. Rutgers has the lead here in Beaver Stadium. Young in motion. straight drop by Ernie. He's got some pressure from the inside. The throw is almost intercepted. Almost coming over. Schoenwolf applied the pressure, but the ball was almost picked off.
Actually, it should have been picked off because that was a great rush by Schoenwolf. Penn State only rushed 3 people that time, and when you get that kind of a rush from your defensive tackle, that made Ernie throw the ball. He hung it up there like a butterfly. I don't think Willie Thomas was aware where the ball was, or he could have made the interception.
Could not get to the football. The Lions will have good field position. Timpson is standing back at his own 37-yard line. The kick from Matt O'Connell is away inside the 20. And down the sidelines it comes, bounces out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Nittany Lions will have it. With 6:47 to play, a 40-yard punt by O'Connell. 35-yard line is the possession, the start of this drive for Penn State. So the Nittany Lions now will go back to work, down by a touchdown, 6:47 to play first quarter. I know that Joe Paterno did not take this Rutgers team lightly, and I don't think the players did either. They played very well so far.
Well, and they have played well, and they have a good defensive scheme. They've been doubling the short side receiver a little bit more than I think Penn State expected. They got the one interception, and they almost got the other one to the receiver to the short side before.
In the lineup now, moving across the 35 to near the 38 is Gary Brown. Brown with his first carry of the afternoon, and Penn State has done an excellent job moving their ball carriers around and using them in tandem here so far in the early part of the season. Is coming into this ball game. Green had 128 yards, Brown 121, and Leroy Thompson had 99 yards. We have an injured player down. Scott Miller is on the turf for the Scarlet Knights. Let's take time out for a word from our local station. 6:35 to play first quarter. Rutgers 7, Penn State nothing. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
Or call 865-8519. Another Penn State sports team is in action this weekend. Tonight at Brick Hall, the Lady Lions volleyball team will host Memphis State, 7 o'clock.
Another capacity crowd of close to 84,000 on hand here at Beaver Stadium, and we still have the injured player down on the field. Miller is the player down for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, a junior from Elmwood Park, New Jersey. He is being attended to near the 38-yard line. That is the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of about 3 on the running play by Gary Brown. I mentioned the running totals of the Nittany Lions. If you look at total offense, rushing-wise, for these two teams, both are in the minus category rushing right now. But right now, let's go to Steve Jones for a check of the Riverside Market scoreboard. Steve, what do you got? All right, thank you very much, Steve. It is Joe Savoy, a redshirt junior from Ohio, who will come on to replace the injured Scott Miller. And that, of course,
that's a big loss, John, because he's caused quite a bit of problems for Penn State this early in the game. Miller's been outstanding.
Second down, 7. Timpson and Daniels split to the right. The backs are Green and Brown right now. Straight drop by Tom Bill. Looks to his right, throws for Daniels. He's got it at midfield. A Penn State first down. John Blanton right on top of him, but the quick out works for the first down play.
Well, what Rutgers is doing, John, they're disguising their defenses. Last week, Penn State got a lot of double coverage on Timpson and went back to the short side to Daniels. Now, what Rutgers has done so far, they've disguised going double on Timpson, went back to the short side on Daniels, got the interception. That time, Daniels had single coverage and got the ball to him on the out.
12 yards on the pass play. Lions out of the I formation, straight ahead. Green. He's got 5 yards as he powers his way down near the 45-yard line. Just a quick opener to Green. Tim Lester, the defensive end, made the tackle. The ball, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. 5:50 to play now in the first quarter. 7-0 Rutgers.
A lot of folks out there don't realize what a chess game goes on, not only offensively, but especially defensively with coverages.
Lions out of the I. Daniels and Timpson are split to the left. It's Brown behind Green, gets one block, trying to get outside, does for about 3-5, turns it upfield now, breaks it down the sideline. Derek Baker finally forced him out, but he moves it down to the 38-yard line. That'll be another first down for Penn State, a gain of 7.
Well, Brown shows how deceptively fast he is. You know, Daniels came back from his flanker spot, threw the last block, and sprung Brown up the sidelines. A very deceptive run.
That gets Penn State now into the plus column as far as rushing yardage is concerned. A 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, operating out of the I formation. Daniels left, Timpson right. The handoff to Green straight ahead inside the 35, following the blocking up front of Monahan and Duffy. The surge carries the Nittany Lions inside the 35. Carter Giles, the nose tackle, made the stop, and I think this is more of what we expected to see, George.
And I think you're going to see John Green get the ball a lot more, the way they're playing their defense, Rutgers. They're conscious of Penn State's wideouts. They got 4 down people down there. They had Miller on the outside on the same sides with Savoy. That's 2 big tackles. And they have their linebackers off loose, mixing up their coverages. The middle seems wide open. 2nd
down, about 6. Ball near the 33-yard line. Again, out of the I formation. This time it's Brown. Cuts it back at the 25. Outside at the 20-yard line. Run down near the 18. Finally forced down by John Blanton, who had to come up from the cornerback position and make the tackle. It's another first down for the Nittany Lions.
But John, like I said, he took that right up the middle, and then he broke it to the outside. There was a big hole there. Excellent blocking. Good block by Green. Took it to the outside. Just couldn't get that, turn that corner.
Worked his way down to the 18, a gain of 15 on the play. So Brown and Green continue as the running backs. They're in the I formation. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Green. Spun down at the 15-yard line. Hit first by Tim Lester, coming in from his defensive end spot to make the tackle. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Green now has 20 yards and 4 carries.
I think Roger Duffy can handle Rutgers nose tackle number 96, Giles. And if he can do that, if you can get your center to block the nose tackle, you can run the ball up the middle.
Lions doing just that. Now they split the backs. Daniels right, Timpson left. It's Brown. Got a good block on the outside, trying to get to the outside, cuts it back inside the 15, fights his way down to the 12-yard line. Udovich and Lester team up to make the tackle. John Green through the key block as they pick up some more yardage down to the 12.
Well, Gary Brown gets better each week. Put a nice fake to the inside, then drifted outside behind big Monahan, number 60. Very patiently waiting for Monahan to throw a block. Cut it back up to the inside, made good yardage.
The ball is inside the 12. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. Make it a long 3.
4-down area.
Backs are split. Daniels left, Timpson right. Bill will pass. Looking for Timpson, now runs away from pressure at the 10-yard line. Inside the 10, ball knocked loose and out of bounds at the 10. It is short of a first down. The ball was knocked out of his hands. It'll be spotted back at the line of scrimmage, which is the 11. Darren Sellez made the hit and knocked the ball loose from Tom Bill.
We've said it many times, Tom Bill is a much stronger ball player than people think. Broke a couple of tackles, almost got the first down, but the ball popped out and went to the sidelines. So Penn State will now have to go for the field goal.
And it'll be Ray Tarasi on to kick it. Tarasi with that 37-yarder, the longest of his career last week. This ball will be spotted at the 17 to make it about a 27-yard field goal. It is up and good. So the field goal comes with 3:16 to play in the first quarter and gets the Nittany Lions on the board. It's now Rutgers 7, Penn State 3, and this is the Penn State Sports Network. Officially a 28-yard field goal at 3:16 to play in the first quarter. The Nittany Lions are on the board, and Taurasi, who kicked the field goal, will now kick off. Deep we have Young and Allen. Taurasi puts the ball in the air. Young at the 2-yard line will bring it out from the far side of the field across the 15. He's going to be brought down short of the 20-yard line. At about the 18-yard line, Andre Collins and Troy Davis teamed up defensively. Good job by the Penn State kickoff team.
John, Young, going into this game, Young only needed 88 yards to break the all-time return record, kickoff return record for Rutgers.
At the 17-yard line, we'll double check and see if there are any major changes. Defensively for Penn State, still Zott, Marasco, and Schoenwolf up front. McDonald, Collins, Gobb, and Karpinski, the linebackers. Range, Johnson, Chismar, and Perry. Now Neil Hamilton is the lineup. They go to the nickelback formation. 3 wideouts. They give the handoff to Body, far side of the field, outside the 20 as he turns it upfield just a bit for a gain of about 5. Sherrod Range coming up to make the tackle on the junior from Ronkonkoma, New York, Mike Body. Body moved it out to the 23.
They've been in that nickel package for the last couple of series, and I think they'll stay in it if they can effectively shut off the Rutgers pass offense. When they got the touchdown, I believe they had man-to-man on Young and zone him deep on the backside, and then Young just broke it by Gobb, who had a man-to-man, and then got clear.
Jeff Jepchen is in there now, outside linebacker for Quintus McDonald. 2nd down and 4. Across the 25 near the 27-yard line is James Cann. Andre Collins made the tackle, but the tailback from West Nyack, New York, a little short of the first down. The official spot comes at the 26, so it'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd down 1 for the Scarlet Knights. Clock running at 2:45 to play. First quarter. Rutgers leading. Jim Dieter is now in there on that defensive line, replacing Bob Marasco for Penn State. So redshirt freshman from Du Bois, Jim Dieter, takes over for Penn State.
And for Rutgers, this is a passing down.
They move Cann into the slot on the right side. Straight ahead by Body. He's got the first down as he powers his way out to across the 30. A first down. Neil Hamilton coming up to make the tackle.
This is a classic example of a team running the football off their passing game. They spread you from sideline to sideline with their receivers, and when they hit a few, you have to widen out with them, loosen your linebackers, then they'll try to run the football.
Body has now carried 4 times for 11 yards. 1st and 10 at the 30. Again, 2 running backs. That is unusual. We haven't seen that much of that formation. Cann and Body. It's Body with the ball, following the block of Cann. He'll get a yard, and that's all. Quickly moving up was Eric Renke to make the tackle. The freshman from Pittsburgh. Renke from the nose tackle sliced in and made the play.
I'll give Neil Hamilton an assist on that. It was Renke, the big freshman from nose tackle, made penetration, got a hand on Body first, and Neil Hamilton was in there to finish him off.
So right now it's Schoenwolf, Renke, and Dieter, the down linemen for Penn State. Jepchen, Collins, Gobb, Karpinski. Hamilton in there is the extra back, along with Chismar, Johnson, Range. Ernie straight back with time. Now fires down over the middle. Should be intercepted. It is at the 40-yard line. The Nittany Lions have picked it off. Back at midfield and then dancing out of bounds is Sherrod Range. A zone defense, and Range just moved right into the area and picked it up.
Well, that's the strategy of their defensive philosophy. We'll play a lot of zone, and you'll make a mistake, we'll pick it up. Now, good play by Sherrod in making the interception, but he didn't see to the right. If he ran to the right, he had the whole field to work with about 5 different blue jerseys out there to help him. But he took it to the sidelines and went out of bounds.
Good field position for the Nittany Lions. They still trail 7-3. John Redmond is now the tailback. Following the interception and following the blocking, diving forward for 4 yards is Redmond. So Redmond's first carry of the afternoon. Pat Udovich and Jeff Newman teaming up on the stop defensively for Rutgers.
And Penn State went to the side that Miller would have ordinarily lined up. That was on the tight end side. Miller was playing very well from that position. And This is Penn State football. Keep going at them and hope by the middle of the third quarter, your opponent's line gets tired.
Gash and Redmond are now the running backs. Gash the fullback. They're out of the I formation. It's Gash straight ahead inside the 45. Dives down to the 41-yard line, a little bit short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1. We count down now to 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Penn State on the move in good field position. 3rd down and 1. Now 22 seconds remaining first quarter. 7-3. The Scarlet Knights of Rutgers have the lead here in Beaver Stadium. Now 15 seconds left. They'll get off one more play. Tom Bill, long count. And straight ahead, Gash for the first down. He dives inside the 40, flipped forward to maybe the 38. So the Nittany Lions will start there in good field position when we begin the second quarter of play. At the end of the first quarter, it's Rutgers 7, Penn State 3. This is the Penn State Sports Network. To take control now.
Well, they gave Rutgers gave them a little different look on the defense, but now they're doing what they do best, run right at it.
The backs are split. Redmond and Gash, straight drop by Bill. Looks right, hit from behind. The ball's in the air and incomplete. The ball was bouncing around among some blue jersey linemen for Penn State. Finally drops incomplete.
Well, they called that a fumble.
They called it a fumble, so it will be Rutgers football at midfield.
That's a tough call. It's a question whether his arm was going forward or not when he got hit. And they go by with a position of the hand. If the hand doesn't go past the ear, it's one of those judgment calls, and Rutgers got the benefit of the call today. George Bankos fell on the ball at the Rutgers 49, so the turnover will give the ball to the Scarlet Knights at their own 49-yard line. Bankos with the recovery. Bill the fumble as he was hit attempting to pass. 14:48 to play first half. They gave him that blindside rush. He didn't see them coming.
Out of the I formation, can and body of the running backs. Check it, it's Eric Major out of there, and they hand the ball to Body running around the right side, down inside the 45, dives forward inbounds to the 41-yard line. Range and Karpinski had to make the tackle. Young was lined up at the tailback spot that time and came in motion.
Well, they put him in motion to the short side of the field. You got to be, watching for pass reception, but he turned back in, made a nice block, enabling Body, number 31, the lone setback, to turn the corner and make pretty good yardage. Very close to a first down, close enough that there will be a measurement. Again, it looked like Penn State was beginning to move the football on the ground, and the fumble turns the ball back over. While we have the measurement, we invite you to join Steve Jones at halftime for the Riverside Markets halftime report, and he'll be covering the West Virginia Pitt game, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, Purdue, plus scores of other games from around the country, a review of the first half of our game. That's the Riverside Markets halftime report here on the Penn State Sports Network. It is a first down. It seems like Rutgers has a good scouting, did a good scouting job on Penn State. Both times when Penn State looked like the 3rd and 3, and then they just made a first down, they went to the pass, they're trying to mix up their plays, and Rutgers blitzed, and this time they caused a fumble. They go with that same formation, 2 wideouts to the left, and to the short side, they put Young in motion. Body up the middle, a little bit of a hole as he works his way inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Now check it. We have a new running back in there carrying the football. It is Andre Yates, a redshirt junior from East Orange. Andre Yates, number 33, carried the football that time. Coach Anderson has tried to match substitution with Joe Paterno, so his kids are not tied in the last quarter.
Second down and 6. Yates and Henderson are now the running backs. They're split behind Scott Ernie, the quarterback. Henderson, left side at the 35, spins his way across the 35 to the 34-yard line before he's dropped short of a first down. It will be third down and about 3 coming up. We're in the second quarter. The Scarlet Knights have the early lead. Henderson with the carry picked up 3. Mike Baguette made the tackle.
Henderson was their leading ball carrier last year, and he's coming off knee surgery, and that's the first hit he's taken in a long time in a real ball game.
Third down and about 3. Ball near the 34 as they spotted. Henderson comes off the field. We have McQueen and Marsola split to the right. And again, they put Young in the backfield, send him to the short side, and then the sweep to that side. First down for Rutgers. Powering his way down to the 30-yard line is Andre Yates. Renke and Schoenwolf made the tackle.
Once again, they put Young into motion to the sideline, and they run that fullback sweep right behind him. Good running by Body. Gobb almost got him before he turned the corner. Couldn't hold on to him. He made the first down.
Very close to the 31-yard line is the official spot of the football. It is a first down. Right now the tight end is James Jenkins. They go to a third at tight end. Body and Henderson, the running backs. Henderson following Body, but he's upended short of the 30-yard line. Matt Baguette made the tackle. Coming up quickly, it's no gain on the play.
That time Penn State had it defense perfectly. They had 3 people out to the wide side of the field. Rutgers thought they could find a crack in there and get a good back. Sometimes could find out something up to the inside, but Henderson had no place to go.
Baguette, the redshirt freshman from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, made the tackle, and a lot of changes on a continuing basis. Matt comes out of the ball game now.
And watch for that play to Young up the middle again.
It's a keeper by Ernie and no place to go. He's wrestled down quickly by Scott Gobb, the redshirt junior from Bethel Park. Read it perfectly. I'm not sure if it was a design play or not, but it never got off the board.
It looked like it was going to be a keeper because Young came back to the formation to make a play. Yes, it's a keeper. See, Young was trying to come back over there and make a block. He was going to try to run a bootleg, hoping Penn State would come up to the inside. It would have been a big gainer if you get outside.
It makes it instead a big third down play. 3rd and 13 so far.
Rutgers has hit 42% of their third down plays going into this ball game.
And they're 3 for 5 this afternoon. 11 minutes and 5 seconds to play first half. Rutgers leading 7-3. Bob Marasco back on that defensive front for Penn State. Ernie looks right, fires. The ball is tipped away. Coming up beautifully defensively was Eddie Johnson. Just reached around Tyrone McQueen without picking up the flag and batted the ball down.
Well, that's why Eddie Johnson is considered by some people an All-American defensive back. He had perfect man-to-man coverage on him, and he had the poise just to reach around, didn't rough up the receiver, and possibly get an interference call. Great play by Eddie Johnson.
The ball at the 34-yard line. Matt O'Connell comes on. That's the punting unit. Last week, Scarlet Knights had a chance to win. He will be the holder for Carmen Sclafani. Sclafani's kick will be from the 41, a 51-yard attempt. His long this year is 50. This one is up. It looks straight enough, but it's going to be short. It was short and also wide to the right. The Nittany Lions will take over the football with 10:49 to play in the first half, trailing 7-3 here in Beaver Stadium.
Goes without saying, a very important series for Penn State's defense. The offense turned the ball over in their own territory. They held them, and I think Penn State should try to stay a little bit more to the ground until Rutgers actually stopping them. They've been picking up 4 or 5 almost every shot up the middle.
Green and Thompson now the running backs behind quarterback Tom Bill. Eric Jonathan taking over for Jeff Brubaker at tackle. Straight drop. Bill's pass over the middle, knocked away and incomplete. Intended for Jacob, the tight end, but Pat Udovich was all over him, and now a flag comes down.
But it was a dangerous throw. Udovich, they're looking for that. They're looking for that. They have, as I said before, excellent scouting report on Penn State. When they went drop back, they read that tight end, the quickie to him. Udovich was there. He just got roughed the receiver a little too much, and Penn State got the interference call.
And the flag came late.
Penn State had been throwing a lot on first down. Maybe they're throwing a little too much today on first down. Possibly better to throw on second down. get out of the rhythm of what your scouting report might show. Some teams scout themselves, and sometimes you forget you get a tendency to do the same thing on certain downs.
It will be first down. We've got to move the yard markers first before we begin again at 10:45 to play. The ball will be spotted out at the 38-yard line. It'll be first down 10. Bob Bernalia now in the lineup. At guard, Matt McCartan. Coach Joe Paterno resting some of his troops out of the I formation. Thompson straight ahead across the 40. And they spin him down at the 40-yard line. Pat Udovich, the junior from Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, made the tackle.
Well, if Thompson just stayed a little bit more to the inside, could have got 2 or 3 more yards. That's the only thing he has to learn to do. He doesn't have as much patience as Gary Brown. He's probably faster and probably stronger. When he gets a little bit more patience, he's going to be a great running back.
Michael Timpson split right. David Daniels split to the left. The backs, Green and Thompson, split behind Tom Bill. 10-12 to play first half. 7-3 Rutgers. Straight drop by Bill. Looks right, throws right. Timpson off his fingertips at the 48 and out of bounds. Timpson went up for it. He had a little bit of room, but the ball was high. Incomplete. Third down.
That was a catchable ball. I think Michael just let it get through his hands. Pretty good throw. They had the right play selection.
And that was very close to a first down. They were looking for the yardage needed to keep the drive alive. Now it'll be third down coming up. And about 7 to go. The ball is spotted near the 41-yard line.
The way Rutgers is playing, we might see Penn State come with the screen or the draw.
Both wide receivers split to the far side. They go to the nickel defense now. Timpson and Daniels wide right. The backs, Thompson and Green, are split. Straight drop by Bill. Looking over the middle, looking, now rolls right. They dump it off. Right there is Thompson. He's got some blockers in front at the 45. Across the 50, inside Rutgers territory and out of bounds at the 48-yard line. First down, Penn State. Pat Udovich forced him out, and you called it, George. There it was.
I was waiting for him to show a little bit. That was good running, but once again, Thompson, instead of taking up inside a little quicker, went a little flat, almost didn't get his first down. It was the very fact that he's a powerful runner. He shed a tackler that allowed him to get that first down.
It is a gain of 12 on the play. They had the convoy out in front. Defensively, you're right, he shed one tackler to move to the 47-yard line. First down and 10, and time is called for a moment. The officials want to double check something. And the timeout is going to be taken by the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. They'll take a timeout. 9:55 to play. It is Rutgers 7, Penn State 3, and this is the Penn State Sports Network. Nittany Lions break out of the huddle. John Wolf is the tight end. Odell Wilson and Terry Smith are the wideouts. Gary Brown, the tailback, now out of the I formation. Straight ahead by Green. He pops it inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. John Green with a quick hitter. 9:45 to play in the first half. It's 7-3, and we have another injured player down for the Scarlet Knights.
Number 70, Tompkins, who's in there at tackle right now, who plays behind Miller. He closed to the inside, or John Green is still running. That's the place to hit. Play around with that middle a little bit more.
The first down play, the line of scrimmage was the 47, and while we have the player down being attended to, let's go to Steve Jones for a check of the Riverside Market scoreboard.
You must get your handstand before leaving the stadium at halftime and must present your handstand before we admission to the stadium and your seating area.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. We have 9:45 to play. We still have the injured man down. I am a little surprised, George, at the amount of times that Penn State is throwing the ball early in their possession.
Well, they started out the season saying they were going to throw more on first down to keep the defenses off balance because they run so much. But what happens, as I said before, sometimes they get a good plan on what you're going to do, and you don't realize you're doing it. Every time you get a first down, you come back and throw on first down. So you're better off if you go play action from the eye or something like that, or throw on second down. But Rutgers has done an exceptional job preparing defensively for the football game.
Doug Kokoski was the injured player. He leaves the field under his own power. Both wideouts, Smith and Wilson, are split left. They out of the I formation. Brown behind Green, trying to get outside. He's not going to be able to turn the corner. He is dropped at the 44-yard line for a loss of 1 by Jeff Newman. The strong safety coming up quickly to help force on the play made the tackle.
Lester, number 98, did a good job stringing the play out. Brown tried to get it to the outside. It really wasn't any place to go. Lester really shed his man and forced Brown to get a little deeper, allowing the secondary to come up and make the tackle.
Tom Bill is 4 for 8, 38 yards so far, looking at a 3rd down and 7. 5 defensive backs on for the Scarlet Knights. The backs are split behind Bill. The straight drop. Here they come. Bill sets up over the middle. He's throwing incomplete. Near the 23-yard line, defensively going over the top to make the deflection was Vaughn McCoy. And it was intended downfield for the tight end, John Wolf, but McCoy leaping over the top to bat it down. 4th down coming up.
Give credit to Rutgers defense, but Tom Bill is not reading Rutgers defense as well as he did in the other defenses in the first 2 games. He didn't see Smith to the wide side of the field, was wide open. He went to his tight end. Rutgers did have coverage on him. It looked like it was interference, but Rutgers had a person on him.
Helkowski, who was down following his last punt, is back on. He will handle the kicking. He'll get it away from about the 48-yard line. McCoy and Young are deep for Rutgers. Helkowski's punt. A wobbly kick at the 15-yard line. McCoy, no place to go. He'll be dropped right in his tracks. Chris Caesar, the freshman, made the hit, a 29-yard punt. I know that's not what Helkowski really wanted out of that kick. He'd like to have taken it to the sideline a bit more.
Probably would have liked to have gotten 10 yards. He kind of pushed it, as we say, that type of a punt. Good coverage.
Ball at the 15-yard line, and the Scarlet Knights, who have the lead 7-3, will have the football once again. 8:41 to play in the first half.
What you achieve, though, here, you're going to make Rutgers throw the football deep in their own territory. If they make a mistake, you can be in scoring position. And if you can stop their run, you can get the ball back right at a punt in good field position.
Body and Can of the running backs in the I formation. Scott Ernie calls the signals. Hands it off to Can. He's tripped up as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a yard in the arms of Bob Marasco from Wickliffe, Ohio. A gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 at the 16-yard line. Clock moving with 8:23 to play. The Nittany Lions and the Scarlet Knights meeting for the 17th time. Penn State has won 15 in a row. And again, Penn State moves to the nickel back defense. Matt Baguette, number 18, checks into the lineup. 4 wideouts, 1 lone setback for Scott Ernie. Young in motion. Ernie rolls to his right. Bluffs one throw, now tries to come back to Young. He throws it short and incomplete at the 23-yard line. Baguette and Gobb that time teaming up to apply the pressure on Ernie, and they never really let that play develop.
Well, they came with the both inside linebackers, a little different look from Penn State. The Rutgers line did not pick him up, and Ernie had to get rid of the ball, and he threw the incompletion. Now, this is a very big play for Rutgers.
Ernie at this point in the game is 3 for 10 for 52 yards. That 1 touchdown play that has given the Rutgers Scarlet Knights the lead. 7-3. 3rd down, 9. On the draw play, they come to Can across the 20-yard line. He's rolled under by Scott Gobb and Brian Chismar. Well short of a first down. The Nittany Lions will get the ball with plenty of time left in the first half. 7-3, Rutgers leads.
So that punt becomes effective because now Penn State will get the football back, and they should get in pretty good field position if they get any type of a return.
Michael Timpson, the lone setback. Matt O'Connell to handle the kicking. The senior from Bethesda, Maryland. Back inside his own 10-yard line. 7:22 to play first half. Timpson standing at his own 40. Line drive type kick. Timpson takes it at the 41. Ahead to the 45. Almost slips, spins away from one man at the 50-yard line, still on his feet. Dances down the sidelines, and he's out at the 46-yard line. A lot of work for not much yardage.
Well, the return was to the left, and one man penetrated, and he couldn't get up the left sideline, so he started to go right. He did his dance. It shows you that not only is he fast, he's a very shifty back. And once he gets up that sidelines and turns on that, that world-class sprinter speed, he's gone. But it was a great run back, really.
McCoy bumped him out, a 38-yard kick and 11-yard return. The net result, the Nittany Lions have good field position at the Rutgers 46. Timpson and Daniels back in at the wide receivers. Thompson and Green are the running backs. David Jacob is the tight end. The backs in the I formation behind Bill. 7:10 to play first half. First down, Lions at the 46. Quick pass to the outside. Timpson's got it at the 40. Outside, inside to the 35-yard line. Very close to another first down before John Blanton drops him.
That was an excellent play selection and a little bit of adjustment. Single coverage on both wideouts. Daniels clears out up the sidelines, and Timpson just goes quick in the flat. Now, the beautiful part about that, once Timpson catches the ball and turns upfield, if you miss him, he's gone. He's got great speed.
Right at the marker, the officials put it down and say first down, Penn State at the 35. Well, the Nittany Lions have a first down. 7:02 to play first half. 7-3. Rutgers has the lead.
Let's see if they come back with a pass or come back with the run. Now I would change up with them. I've made my first down. Come back with the run and play. Try to bang somebody up the middle.
Daniels and Timpson split to the left. John Wolf is the tight end. Green and Thompson, the running backs in the I formation. Bill audibilizes at the line of scrimmage. The quick pass again to Timpson. Tries to cut it back to the inside. Dancing away. Now he's going far side of the field. 35-yard line. 30-yard line. 25 cuts it back inside to the 23. First down, Penn State. They covered both flanks that time. All the way from one side to the other of Penn State. First down.
What? Only a guy with great speed can do that. If only the fans out there could see what really happened. Timpson, they checked out and they ran a hitch, and Rutgers had the coverage. As soon as he caught the ball, the defender came up. He reversed field, went all the way back around to the other sideline, using his speed, almost got up the sidelines for a touchdown. That's just great individual effort.
Timpson, 22 yards on a couple of catches so far this afternoon. Bill now, 6 of 11, 60 yards. First down at the 23. Green to the outside. He gets inside the 20. Down near the 18-yard line before he's banged hard out of bounds. And a flag is thrown on the far side of the field. Darren Sellers ran him out of bounds. Ron Allen maybe with a late hit.
I think it's a late hit. Just as he went out of bounds, there was a white shirt come flying in. It wasn't intentional. But I've noticed this year the officials are calling everything, and that's good. That means they'll keep control of the football game.
And the officials are conferring. On the far side of the field, we have a Rutgers player down as well. That's Darren Sellers, the redshirt junior from Arlington, New Jersey, and he is a standout defensively. He's had to be because they've given up so much yardage. He's made an awful lot of tackles, and right now he's down on the play.
John, Rutgers safety people are going to this game made 48 tackles. That means that the ball carriers are getting into the secondary, and their defensive line is not doing that great a job. That's why they've given up so much yards rushing per game.
And the officials are now conferring with Dick Anderson on the near sideline. He's not happy about the situation taking place because the march will take the ball inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be first and goal, Penn State.
And actually, that's one of the worst places to be, if that sounds silly, because now you cannot make a first down. The only thing Penn State has 4 downs to make a touchdown or a field goal.
Meantime, on the far side of the field, there is still a Scarlet Knight down. He's out of bounds.
John, that's the 3rd Rutgers player that's been down. The other 2 that were down have not come back in the game, and it's going to hurt Rutgers in the second half.
That's Darren Sellers, too. He's shaking his head that he's all right as he comes all the way back across. Let's pause as he does that for 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
Here at the stadium, the Scarlet Knights will run from 10:30 to 4, and then the scoreboard to the south end of the stadium.
6:24 to play first half. I'm John Sanders along with George Paterno and Steve Jones. The ball at the 9-yard line. The Nittany Lions with a chance to take the lead. First down and goal. Thompson and Green in the I formation. Daniel split to the right. Straight ahead, Green bounces off one man and picks up about a yard, and that's it. He's snowed under and forced back after reaching the 8. Steve Tompkins made the tackle on him, along with Chris Pickell, a fourth-generation Pickell. His brother Bill, of course, plays for the Raiders, but George and Jim were also part of this Scarlet Knight football program, and the ball is spotted right back at the original line of scrimmage, and Derek Selez is back in the lineup, so he apparently is all right. Second and goal. Will they have to throw, George?
Oh, I think they will, because obviously, for the obvious reason, Rutgers in their goal line defense, a lot of people stacked up to the inside.
And it is a keeper. Bill put it into the tummy and pulled it back out again of Thompson, and Steve Tompkins did not buy that at all. It was all over him back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the play.
And that's coaching, John. That's coaching. Penn State has used that a few times, and Tompkins had outside contained from the goal line defense, and he was looking for Bill.
He was all over him. So the senior from Bayonne, New Jersey, makes the tackle on Tom Bill, another New Jersey product. They'll bring in some extra defensive backs on third down and goal. The ball at the 13-yard line. Bill, a straight drop. Now runs away from Tresher. Sidearm pass for Daniels, incomplete. On the coverage, Ron Allen deflected the ball. But that time Tom Bill was also pressured. The Lions would be forced to settle for a field goal attempt.
That time Udovich, 91, came in from a linebacker spot, broke clear, put pressure on Bill. But that's a tough play to complete. The field shrinks on you so much, you can't run anything deep, and they played tight man on him.
The spot will come at about the 19-yard line. Ray Tarassi. Joe Markowitz is the holder. From the 19, the 29-yard attempt is up, and it is no good. It is wide to the right. The field goal attempt misses from the 29. The Scarlet Knights will take over with 4:48 to play and leading here in the first half, 7-3 over Penn State.
And that's definitely going to hurt Penn State.
The ball will be brought to the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Rutgers. A large contingent here in red on the far side of the field, enjoying at least the football game to this point, with Rutgers on top 7-3. Body and Henderson are the running backs. Scott Ernie just now joins the huddle. McQueen, Young, Mersola. 3 wide receivers. No tight end in the offense right now, but we see a lot of that from the Scarlet Knights. Young goes to the far side of the field, and Ernie takes one look at the defensive formation and wants timeout. With 4:48 to play in the first half, let's take timeout for a word from our local stations. Rutgers 7, Penn State 3. This is the Penn State Sports Network. First down, Henderson breaks it over the middle for a big gain out to the 32-yard line. Brian Chismar had to make the tackle, but Henry Henderson, playing for the first time in this 1988 season, the leading rusher from a year ago, followed some good blocking up the middle and picks up the first down.
When does McDonald penetrate a little too deep on that? But as I said before, they spread you from sideline to sideline. When they see the linebackers go out to help out on the receivers, they'll run that draw play on.
The pickup of 12 out of the I formation. Again, it's Henderson trying to get outside. Still trying to get outside. He's finally knifed down at the 30-yard line. Brian Chismar was the last man there, but there was other pressure from Scott Gobb on the play to keep forcing it outside, and Chismar finished it off.
And a little credit to Quintus McDonald, who made penetration this time, forcing the ball carrier Henderson to go a little deep. When you do that, it enables the rest of the defense to come up in pursuit and make the tackle.
Henderson loses 2 on the play, 14 yards on 4 carries for him at this point in the ball game. At the 30, it's 2nd down and 12. Clock rolling, 3:46 left first half. Henderson trying to get outside. He's going to be stacked up in the backfield. And that was Quintus McDonald. Again, the good penetration, the quick penetration, and that time it pays off. Another loss on the play.
Well, Penn State's been playing that package defense in the secondary. 5 defensive backs and doing a much better job of coverage. They went to that running play, and Quintus just shut it off to the inside.
Randy Jackson checks into the lineup now. They bring the extra wide out in. Henderson leaves. Jackson comes on. A lone setback is Mike Body. Jackson goes far side, and the slot is Young. We also have McQueen and Mersola. Ernie over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Coverage by Scott Gobb on the play. He got a piece of it. The ball drops incomplete. It will be 4th down, and Penn State will get the football back at 2:55 to play first half.
Excellent pass defense. They were in their regular defense that particular time, and they tried to go to McCoy short and have him run the ball up for the first down. Penn State's defense has definitely settled down. Outside that one big play, they played a good ball game.
It is 7-3. Rutgers leading. It's the Penn State offense that really has not gotten on track as we expected.
Rutgers has them out of sync. Rutgers defense has Penn State offense out of sync.
O'Connell with the kick. Timpson to his right. He will field it at the 33. Comes back to the left side. Gets away from one man. Spinning outside the 35 at the 37-yard line before he's dropped on the play. A 38-yard kick. Pat Udovich down defensively to make the tackle. And at the 36-yard line, Penn State will set it up with 2:45 to play in the first half.
John, in the past, we've made comments when it gets around 3 minutes or 2 minutes and Penn State goes into its 2 minutes offense, they seem to move the ball better than they do at other times. Let's see what happens.
Daniel split to the left, Timpson split to the right. Gary Brown and John Green are the running backs. They're split behind Bill. This would usually indicate pass. It is. Bill's quick pass out to the right. Nobody there. Closest man to the football was John Blanton. Timpson had turned it upfield, and the pass went to the outside.
Penn State was lucky. That could have been 6 points for Rutgers. Timpson took it upfield, and Bill threw the ball directly into the flat. There was a white jersey there. Just unfortunately went out of bounds. They weren't on the same page at all.
2:41 to play first half. 2nd down, 10. Ball at the 37-yard line. David Jacob now in at tight end. Daniels to the left. Timpson to the right. They shift Brown up into a slot. He's out in the pass pattern. Bill looks for him, and the ball is complete to Daniels. Very close to a first down as he gets it out beyond the 45 near the 47-yard line. Darren Selez ran him out of bounds, but it could be enough for a Lion first down. We'll check the spot.
Just a super throw by Bill and a good catch by Daniels, but it was not a good route. Brown and Daniels were close together. 2 receivers in the same area could have led to an interception. He had so much mustard on the ball, he split the Rutgers defense.
Well, the way they came out and set up, it almost looked like the pass was going to be intended for Brown, and all of a sudden, there was Daniels basically in the same spot on the field.
And when you do that, you bring another defensive back with you, and that's how you get interception.
It is a first down for Penn State. They move it out across the 47-yard line. First down 10 with 2:23 to go first half.
And 2 mental errors in a row. Timpson had to make a mental error, and somebody also made a mental error in that last play.
And it will be Terry Smith taking over for Michael Timpson. Timpson goes to the sidelines. Smith is in there, along with Brown and Green. And also for the first time this afternoon, number 45, a freshman, O.J. McDuffie is in at wide receiver. He's split to the left. On the delay, it's Green, gets away from one man, spins forward to midfield, right at the 50-yard line. Again, Darren Selez, and we see the value of this young man. He made the tackle. Clock running inside 2 minutes to play first half.
Well, he's made a lot of them because they're getting up into the secondary. And if Tompkins, number 70, didn't get a hand on him, he might have taken it farther.
2nd and 7 at midfield. Bill pumps once. Now throws over the middle, knocked away, and almost intercepted. John Blanton got a hand on it, and it bounced back about 10 yards toward the line of scrimmage. It was intended out there for Terry Smith.
Bad read again. John. I can only say it's the Rutgers defense that are changing up on him. He threw into coverage. Again, Penn State was fortunate they didn't get the interception. They had a defensive back standing right in front of the receivers.
Right now it's Tompkins, Mays, and Savoy. Or Tompkins, Mays, and Bankos, the men up front.
They're playing man-to-man on the tight end with the linebacker.
3rd down and 7. Straight drop by Bill. Looking over the middle. Now pressure, runs up, and his throw is low and incomplete. Intended for the tight end, David Jacob, but he was double covered on the play. It was short of a first down. Had it even been completed, it will be 4th down. And on the play, Mike Conlon, yes, Shane Conlon's brother, providing some defensive help for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. It's 4th and 7. The Nittany Lions not able to move. They'll kick it away with 1:37 left. McCoy and Young are deep. Helkowski, it's the kick away. Nice high kick. Fair catch signaled at the 3-yard line. Eric Young fields the ball on the fair catch at the 3 and then looks up and looks where he is.
Well, you know, there's a cardinal rule that you inside the 10, you let it go and take your chances of having it roll into the end zone. He must have lost sight of where he was because he puts his team deep in a hole. Any kind of error here, obviously, is to Penn State's benefit.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 3-yard line. And this is one of those occasions where they will use a tight end. Scott Blanche comes onto the field. Scott Ernie headed back out to set up offensively at the 3 with 1:29 to play. The Scarlet Knights have led most of the way. It's 7-3. Nittany Lion fans want one more shot here in the first half.
If I was Penn State, I'd go after them. They might be able to get a safety out of it.
Straight ahead running by Body. He's hit at the 3. Still on his feet. Keeps his feet out near the 7-yard line. Just good, strong running. Bob Morosco was the first man to hit him, but he managed to keep his feet and fight his way out to the 7. Timeout taken here by Penn State. So Penn State uses their first timeout. Rutgers has 1 remaining. The Nittany Lions have 2 remaining, and we have 1:19 remaining in the first half. A reminder, don't miss the Riverside Markets halftime report with Steve Jones. Steve will have first half statistics, scores from around the country, and special reports on some of today's major games. That's the halftime report right here on the Penn State Sports Network. It will be 2nd down and 6. The ball will be spotted at the 7-yard line. We'd like to remind you that you can see highlights of this Penn State-Rutgers game tomorrow on the Penn State Football Story. Penn State Football Story can be seen throughout Pennsylvania on the Penn State Sports Network. Check your local listings for the time and channel in your area.
John, with 2 timeouts left, Penn State should get their hands on the football again if they can stop Rutgers from making a first down. Now, if they make Rutgers punt, I look for them to go for the block.
Well, there was a block last week that set up the winning field goal for Penn State. James Jenkins is in at tight end now for the Scarlet Knights. Still they go to the lone setback. Straight ahead Body. No, he's straightened up as he gets back to the line of scrimmage by Andre Collins. Collins maybe gets a yard, and that's it.
That time you saw Collins line up as an outside linebacker and made a tackle, easy tackle.
Another timeout taken down on the field, so it's timeout for a word from our local stations. 1:10 to play in the first half. Rutgers 7, Penn State 3. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
Get their hands on the football again if they can stop Rutgers from making a first down. Now, if they make Rutgers punt, I look for them to go for the block.
Well, there was a block last week that set up the winning field goal for Penn State. James Jenkins is in at tight end now for the Scarlet Knights. Still they go to the lone setback. Straight ahead body. No, he's straightened up as he gets back to the line of scrimmage by Andre Collins. Collins maybe gets a yard, and that's it.
That time you saw Collins line up as an outside linebacker and made a tackle, easy tackle.
Another timeout taken down on the field, so it's timeout for a word from our local stations. 1:10 to play in the first half. Rutgers 7, Penn State 3. This is the Penn State Sports Network. A minute 10 to play in the first half. 85,531, the 10th largest crowd in Beaver Stadium history, and the Lions are trailing 7-3. Rutgers with third down. Ernie straight back near the end zone, dumps it off short. It is complete out to the 12-yard line. It will be short of a first down. Chismar and Gobb team up to make the tackle on Mike Body, who took the pass out of the end zone. It depends on the exact spot now, but I think it's going to be fourth down, and Penn State will take its last timeout.
They're about a yard short, but Penn State takes its last timeout, figuring they can stop the clock with an incompleted pass, but also forcing Rutgers to punt. But that shows you how much confidence Coach Anderson has in Scott Ernie. When you're 3rd and 5 deep in your own territory, he went to the pass.
So it's fourth and about a yard. Joe Paterno and the Nittany Lions will get the football back one more time. Right now, 1 minute and 1 second remaining. 5th meeting of the year between these two longtime co-coaches, Anderson and Paterno. Dick Anderson, who has both a bachelor's and a master's degree from Penn State University, now completing his 5th year at Rutgers, a record of 22, 21, and 2. And the kick unit comes on now for Rutgers. Joe Paterno is seeking his 210th win of his coaching career this afternoon. All right, the kicking team is now on. O'Connell is standing inside his own end zone. Timpson is deep at the Penn State 45-yard line. Do you try to get this ball?
I think they'll go after, sure, because even if they get roughing the kicker, by the time they get the penalty, the clock will probably run out, and in the first half. They got everything to gain, nothing to lose. 11
men on the line for Penn State. Flag is in the air, and so is the football. It will go out of bounds, but the play will be nullified. The flag's going off before the play was completed, and we'll check the penalty.
Could be Penn State offside.
It is a legal procedure.
That's a break for Penn State.
It will set them back another 5 yards, so the Scarlet Knights will be moved back inside their own 10-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 13. Back it off to the...
John, they're talking to Michael Timpson now, and they're telling Michael Timpson, don't do your dance now, pal. Get that football and get up the sidelines and get out and stop the clock.
They will have to put the time back on the clock, back to 1:01, I believe is what it was. It got down to 58 seconds, but the play was never officially run. The ball is back at the 7-yard line, so that will drop Matt O'Connell, the senior kicker, back deeper in his own end zone.
And once again, I'd go after him again. You got everything to gain, because you figure even if you get the run back with 58 seconds, about as close as they might get, unless they hit a bomb, would be an attempt at a field goal. Without any timeouts left, it's going to be awfully difficult, though.
Rutgers has 1 timeout remaining. Penn State has used all 3 of theirs during this last-minute effort to get the football back with 1 more shot. The clock reset, 1 minute and 1 second to play. This moved Timpson inside Rutgers territory. He's standing at the Scarlet Knights 48-yard line. And again, 11 men on the line for Penn State.
He's going to head for the sideline.
Here they come. The kick is away, and it's a good one. It'll drive him back outside the 50. He angled it down the far sideline, They'll spot it out of bounds, and let's see exactly where they come.
They gave Rutgers a great spot on that, John.
46-yard line of Penn State, a 47-yard punt. A good kick that time by Matt O'Connell.
Not only that, he got it out of bounds, so it couldn't be a run back.
Clock shows 53 seconds to play first half. No timeouts left for Penn State. Tom Bill joins the huddle. Michael Timpson is there. Green at fullback. Gary Brown, the tailback. David Daniels split right. Timpson split left. The backs are split. 53 seconds to play. Bill straight back. Rolls right. Dumps it off complete to Brown at the 50. Near the 45-yard line. He's out of bounds short of the 45 and short of a first down. In Scarlet Knights territory, though.
Well, a smart play by Brown. He knows that the clock's ticking down. He takes it up, gets as much as he can, and then steps out of bounds, and is still alive.
46 seconds to play in the first half. The ball spotted at the Rutgers 46-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 2. We're at Beaver Stadium before the 10th largest crowd ever. Over 85,000 on hand this afternoon. It is Timpson wide right, Daniels wide to the left. The backs are split, Green and Brown behind Bill. Straight drop. Brown in the pass pattern for the tight end over the middle. He's got it at the 27-yard line. Loose football, and let's see how they rule it incomplete pass. Jacob had it for a moment, could not hang on as he took the hit.
Well, what I mentioned before, Rutgers is double covering the wideouts, and they're taking the linebacker and lining up on the tight end. If he releases, they're playing him man for man, going to 2 deep safety zones. It was good coverage. It's a tough play to complete the way Rutgers is playing their defense.
Darren Sellers made the hit that knocked the ball loose from David Jacob, made it an incomplete pass. It is 3rd down and 2. 39 seconds remain in the first half. This time out of the I formation, it's Timpson right, Daniels left. Straight ahead. Green got a big hole up the middle, pops it inside the 40. Scrambles his way forward to the 37-yard line. They'll stop the clock with 34 seconds left. Reset for the first down. Mike Conlon made the tackle.
You ought to throw a quick hitch, and if the receiver's covered, throw it out of bounds.
Now the clock is restarted. Inside 30 seconds. Bill looks long, throws deep down the right side for Daniels. High in the air, he makes the catch, touchdown! Penn State gets a touchdown with 23 seconds left in the first half. Daniels simply out-leaping the defender down in the end zone. And on the
receiver. And the ball was there, John, but I mean, this is Daniels, the kid from Florida. Freshman turns around, does a super job adjusting the ball, climbs the ladder, takes it away from the defender. That's just a fantastic play by the receiver. Give the credit to the quarterback, at least getting the ball there, but 100% on the receiving side.
The Lions strike. The extra point attempt is up and good. 23 seconds to play first half. Penn State has taken the lead 10-7. It was a jumping contest between Blanton and Daniels won.
That's why they call it the Hail Mary pass. It was just that, only it was at the end of the first half instead of the end of the game.
And they did manage to get one-on-one down that deep.
Well, he's got great speed, but you know, he's got great hands too. But it's the poise. When you get young players to make plays like that, you know, the future looks bright.
A 38-yard strike. Tom Bill to David Daniels. Let's talk a little bit about Daniels. You mentioned a young man from Sarasota, Florida, a redshirt freshman who paid his dues last year and getting a chance to start and play on a regular basis. Penn State has had some good receivers. Michael Timpson winding down, and here comes another young man from Florida to pick it up.
Well, I think in Daniels and the other young freshman, McDuffie, they have 2 fine prospects, and of course, I'm sure they got a few others hidden someplace. But he had a great reputation coming into the game, coming out of Florida. But you know, as an ex-coach, what you like to see is poise. When you see a kid like Brown steps out of bounds, you know, knows they keeps him alive, and then this kid comes back and makes a super catch like that. And to have a great football team, you have to have plays like that.
He has caught 3 in the game for 60 yards. The big one, the 38-yarder, the squib kick down the middle. It will roll through to Young at the 8-yard line. The 15, the 20, the 25, spun down as he gets to the 27-yard line. Still 18 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Scarlet Knights will set it up one more time offensively at their own 28-yard line, let's call it, with the official spot. Neil Hamilton down on the kick team to make the tackle. Well, maybe we expected to see the Nittany Lions pound it out on the ground. Instead, they go alley-oop almost to pick up the touchdown that gives them the lead late in the first half.
I think they'll be much better offensively in the second half. They'll make some adjustments. This is almost defensive coordinator against defensive coordinator. Jerry Sandusky against Otto Neidinger, who's a defensive coordinator for Rutgers and has always done a super job.
They will just run out the clock. Ernie takes the snap, drops down back at the 25-yard line. Scarlet Knights of Rutgers will be content to go to the locker room here in Beaver Stadium. Down by only 3. The clock winding down. We have completed the first half of play here in University Park. Our score, Penn State 10, Rutgers 7. We'll take a look at the first half action, bring you up to date on other games in just a moment. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
His impact on musical theater both here and abroad is paralleled by few.
Welcome back to Beaver Stadium in University Park. I'm John Sanders with George Paterno and Steve Jones. Penn State will receive to start the second half. They will defend the north goal, be driving toward the south end zone. Gary Brown and Leroy Thompson will be deep to receive the kickoff here in the second half of play. Penn State leading 10-7 over a very tough and determined Rutgers team. Rutgers had the lead most of the first half, and it was not until 23 seconds remained before halftime before the Lions got the lead. Doug Geisler will kick it off. Low wobbly kick that bounces at the 10 and rolls to the 2, taken there by Thompson. He'll cut it back all the way across the field. He's still inside the 10, and he will not get back to the 10-yard line. He had a choice to make at about the 2-yard line. He decided to run it out when it looked like the ball might go out of bounds.
Well, if it went in the end zone, it would come out to the 20. If it went out of bounds, it would have to kick it again. So again, I wouldn't use the word dumb, not a wise judgment by young Thompson.
It'll be first down and 10 at the 8, so not good field position for the Lions as we begin the second half of play.
John, interesting. So Penn State threw the ball more times in the first half, 19, and Rutgers only threw 12. Rutgers, who threw 55 times last week, only threw 12 times in the first half.
In the I formation, Green and Thompson, the running back. Thompson behind Green across the 10, powers his way out to the 15-yard line. So a quick 7 yards for the sophomore tailback from Knoxville, Tennessee. Derek Baker made the tackle defensively, and we'll once again check the starters for you. Roger Duffy at center, Steve Wisniewski, Ed Monahan the guards, Jeff Brubaker, Tim Freeman the tackles, the tight end of David Jacob, Daniels and Timpson starting at the wide receivers. It will be Timpson to the far side, Daniels to the near side, Tom Bill at quarterback, Green and Thompson the running backs. They're out of the I formation. Second down, straight ahead running across the 15. Ninth down as he gets close to the 17-yard line is the tailback Thompson. Tim Lester made the tackle.
John, you're going to see Penn State in the I a lot in the second half. I think they said, let's go out and try to run it right at Rutgers, not throw the ball 19 times. That means Penn State would have thrown 38 times if they did the same thing in the second half. That's not their forte. The other thing is they're passing out of a split back, drop back situation. Now the defense can read that. They're better off if they pass on first down at a play action from whatever formation they are in, so the defense cannot read it.
Double tight end. They pack the backs in tight. Send Wolf in motion. Thompson fights his way near first down territory. The ball is loose. They rule he was down. It will be a Penn State, or very close to a Penn State first down. Jeff Newman slicing in there to knock the ball loose and tried to track it down. Let's depend on the spot of the football. No, he's going to be short of a first down.
Well, they put the tight end Wolf in motion to try to use him as an extra blocker, and Thompson tried to get in behind him, just missed it. Penn State will have to punt.
Coming on once again to handle that chore will be Helkowski. In the first half, he punted the ball 3 times, an average of 37.7. McCoy and Young are deep. The Scarlet Knights should have good field position. They are positioned at their own 43-yard line. Line drive type kick is fielded at the 44. Coming to the near side and fighting his way out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A 39-yard kick. Troy Davis was there defensively on the play. the kick return that time by Vaughn McCoy. So McCoy brings it back to the 48-yard line. We do have a flag down, and let's await the ruling. Could be a face mask call. It is against Penn State. So that will mean even better field position for the Scarlet Knights from Rutgers.
And it all started with the unwise decision by Thompson to field that kickoff return.
Football will come all the way down to the 39-yard line of Penn State. So great field position for Scott Ernie and the Scarlet Knights as we begin the second half of play. Now they move even closer. This ball is going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. 37-yard line, first down. Morosco, Zott, and Schoenwolf up front defensively for Penn State. McDonald, Collins, Gobb, and Karpinski, the linebackers. It's Thomas, Chismar, Johnson, and Raines in the secondary. 4 wideouts in the ball game. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights with an early opportunity at the 38. Here comes Young on the reverse inside the 35. Still on his feet as they run him down. Very close to the 26, and a flag on a late hit. The flag will be thrown. Scott Gobb made the tackle. Brian Chismar is going to be charged with the penalty, I think, as he ran him out of bounds.
Well, he got one last week, I know, or the week before that, but they come with a reverse to Young, a little different action against the flow, and Young gets to the outside, puts a move on Sherrod Range. A nice move, getting up the sidelines, but another personal foul.
That personal foul is on Brian Chismar, who was the last man to hit him. They were well out of bounds, but it was almost like they rode out of bounds on the play rather than coming in for a late hit.
I said in the first half the officials are calling everything this year to keep control of the ball game, but this is what happened late in the BC game. Penn State penalties, and BC went in for a score.
And the ball is all the way to the 11-yard line. Just like that, we're just underway in the second half. Scarlet Knights in great field position at the 11. They send McQueen and Marsala to the top of the screen. They put Young in motion. Body the lone setbacks, gets the ball at the 5-yard line into the end zone for the touchdown. Mike Body scored the touchdown from the 10-yard line.
Looked to me like a halftime adjustment. Man in motion, linebacker loosen up. They run the lone back Body on a counter play. Found a big hole up the middle. Took it in easily for the touchdown. But again, set up by the fact there was an unwise decision to field the kickoff return. Then you had a face mask. Then you get an unnecessary roughness. Put Rutgers in scoring position.
And they take advantage of those opportunities. Sclafani on for the extra point. It is up and good. 12:38 to play third quarter. Rutgers has regained the lead here at University Park. It's now the Scarlet Knights 14, the Nittany Lions 10, and this is the Penn State Sports Network. Only took 10 seconds to take it into the end zone. 2 plays, the penalties helped out, a 10-yard touchdown run. The kickoff now backs Brown up to his own 3, the 10, the 15, the 20, cuts it back 25 across the 30-yard line before he's slammed to the turf. So at the 30, the Nittany Lions will have their second possession of the second half. The first time they started at their own 8-yard line. A couple of penalties really helping the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, and they have regained the lead 14-10.
But still, Penn State's offense has not gotten on track. They had a chance to make a big first down, and Rutgers stuffed it.
At the 30-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Bankos, Giles, Tompkins, the men up front for Rutgers. Conlon, Kokoski, Lester in that backfield. The linebacking core. On the pitch, it's Brown. Outside the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A 3-yard gain for the Nittany Lions. Tim Lester made the tackle along with Pat Udovich.
Great lateral pursuit by the entire Rutgers defense. They all played their positions along the line of the scrimmage. It's a short side sweep into the tight end. They had the tight end into the sidelines in an I formation. Rutgers' whole defense just made lateral pursuit to the short side of the field and stopped the play for a 3-yard gain.
John Wolf, the tight end, he sets up on the short side of the field. Now comes in motion to the wide side of the field. Timpson is split right, Daniels to the left. Straight back is Tom Bill. Dumps it off to the side. Brown has it to the 30, 35-yard line before he's wrestled down. He only picked up a yard, maybe two. Chris Piquel made the tackle for the Scarlet Knights.
Now, he was the safety valve receiver, but I said at the opening of the second half, I think they'd be much better off if they throw out a play action. When you drop straight back, defenses are taught to read that. The linebackers in the secondary, and they jump on their receivers. You go play action, you might freeze a linebacker or a cornerback.
They bring an extra back in the ball game. John Blanton is in there now defensively. Out of the I formation on 3rd down and 5 for Penn State at their own 35-yard line. There's play action for the first time tonight. Bill rolls, throws, and he's got his tight end Wolf across the 40 to the 43-yard line. A first down for Penn State. Ron Allen came up to make the tackle, but the first down for the Nittany Lions.
John, not because I said it, but there's a good possibility that that fake frees the inside linebacker, allowing the tight end to get out towards the flat, and Bill got outside to contain because of the fake and completed it for the first down.
Very close to the 43-yard line, first down and 10. Daniels to the near side. Timpson goes far side. This time the backs, Green and Brown, are split behind Tom Bill. Green, now they've got a reverse. Here comes Timpson. Slips and falls and rolls to the 45-yard line. He tried to turn it upfield. He had room maybe for 6 or 7 yards. Instead, only gets a couple out of it.
Well, he had Sean Love, his guard, out front of him, and he had the quarterback, Bill. He's a big guy, big enough to be a lineman. And I think if he didn't slip, he would have cut it to the inside, made good yardage.
Yes, it is. He only makes one. 2nd down, 9. Ball at the 44-yard line. The Nittany Lions down by 4, 10:20 to play 3rd quarter here at University Park.
I would use that again because it cuts down on the Rutgers pursuit.
Daniels comes to the right. Timpson goes to the left out of the I formation. The handoff to Green across the 45. Outside the 47-yard line before he's wrestled down. 10 minutes exactly remaining 3rd quarter. Doug Kokoski, a senior from Cleveland, Ohio, made the tackle, one of the linebackers for the Scarlet Knights. And once again, the Lions are looking at 3rd and 5. 2nd, 3rd, and 5 they've had on this, their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. Drive started at the 30.
They're way below their average. They're only 4 out of 9 on 3rd down plays today.
5 defensive backs in the lineup. For Penn State, they split the backs. Bill straight back. Passing downfield. The ball is caught. No, it's incomplete, the referee said. Inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Sellers applied the pressure to Daniels, and he could not hang on to the ball.
Great coverage by Sellers. That was a double out. They put Brown in a short route and an out to get the undercover, and they broke Daniels on a deep out. Sellers made a great play.
McCoy and Young will go deep. The Lions are in a punting situation. 9:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Scarlet Knights have taken the lead. Good high punt. Fair catch called for. Flag down at the 10. And the runner is going to come out with it, McCoy. Ball will be at the 8.
You can't do that. One receiver back there signaled for the fair catch.
And the other one got the ball.
You can't do that.
Well, there is a flag down. The ball is down as well, deep in Rutgers territory. So this time the Scarlet Knights will not have the luxury of good field position. It was Young who called fair catch, but it was McCoy who caught the ball and decided to bring it out.
That's cheating. You can't.
9 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. The officials will sort it all out. McCoy now comes off the field, and the conference continues just outside the 10-yard line, deep in Scarlet Knights territory.
He'll get half the distance to the goal line.
Well, the conversation continues. Penn State winners over Virginia and Boston College. Next week it'll be a night game for the Nittany Lions. They'll be at Veterans Stadium to take on the Owls of Temple. And the 1-1 Scarlet Knights of Rutgers are headed for a game with Cincinnati at home next week. Again, next week at Veterans Stadium, 6:30 will be airtime right here on the Penn State Sports Network for the Temple Owls and the Nittany Lions.
There are 2 flags down there, and Penn State's getting a choice, an option on which penalty they want.
So the discussion continues down on the field with 9:18 to play. And Penn State grabbing the lead with 23 seconds left in the first half on the pass to Daniels. Bad field position on the Nittany Lions' first possession here in the second half, and then a couple of penalties giving the Scarlet Knights a golden opportunity. They capitalize on it, the 11-yard touchdown run. And once again, Rutgers has the lead. The penalty is against Rutgers. It's a dead ball foul.
I really don't know why it's taking so long. It's fairly simple. We
spent an awful lot of time discussing this. The ball will be marched back to the
5-yard line. That's very simple. And they're taking a penalty that moves them deepest into their own territory. Now Penn State has to hold them here.
It'll be 1st and 10. The ball finally comes to rest closer to the 6-yard line. And the 10th largest crowd in Beaver Stadium history wants the Lions to hold them here, looking for some field position with Rutgers leading 14 to 10. 9:18 to play. They use the tight end Scott Blanche. The lone setback is Mike Body behind quarterback Scott Ernie. He's not afraid to pass in this part of the field, but he heads to Body. Body for a yard, maybe 2 as he rolls forward. Quintus McDonald, the first man to hit him.
Making the play for the Lions, Quintus McDonald.
And as I said, this is a great chess game going on between Dick Anderson, Joe Paterno, Otto Schneider, to Jerry Sandusky, and so forth, because Rutgers is not going to take too many chances down there. They'll throw if they have to, because they know Penn State's going to anticipate them doing certain things. If they catch Penn State's in the right defense, Rutgers is in big trouble.
Now Body and Henderson are in the I formation. They have 2 backs. And a wide receiver in motion. Henderson tripped up at the line of scrimmage and forced out of bounds. He might have lost a yard. The line of scrimmage was the 9. Dave Zott was all over him along with Andre Collins. They wrestle him out of bounds. Henderson is dropped back at the 6-yard line. Again, good pressure all along that defensive front.
The other thing is that penalty makes it 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 16. Interesting to see if Penn State goes after Ernie, or do they play his own defense and just let them catch the ball in front of them.
It is 3rd down. The ball is spotted back at the 6. It is 3rd down and 15. They must go to the 21 to get a first down. Eric Young is back in the lineup. McQueen, Mersola, 3 wideouts. They have a tight end in there. The lone setback is Body. Ernie back in his own end zone, drops it over the middle. It's complete to the tight end. He'll get out to about the 10-yard line. Scott Blanche made the tackle, but Chismar and Gobb will all over him, and the Lions will get the football in decent field position.
Penn State went zone, but play tight end, man-to-man, and the only rush for the only receiver open was their tight end, and Penn State is held. Should get the ball in excellent field position.
At the 10-yard line, it is 4th down. Timpson is standing at the 50. The kick is low. It will bounce at the 48 and take a Rutgers roll into Penn State territory, rolling dead at the 39-yard line of the Nittany Lions. That's where Penn State will have it as they set up offensively. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network. A great punt by Matt O'Connell, 51 yards on that kick. The ball spotted right at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Young and Jacob double tight ends out of the I formation. Lone wide receiver is Timpson, split left, and Bill fakes, fires, complete. Timpson, no, he can't hang on. He had it in his hands, kind of spun around the wrong way near the 47-yard line of the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. We have a player down for Penn State.
They went from a 2 tight end set, and they ran a curl at Timpson. He was wide open. Bill threw a little behind him, and he couldn't make the reception. And I think Timmy Freeman, the left tackle, is down.
Tim Freeman is the Lion who's down on the turf with 7:02 to play in the 3rd quarter. So let's go now to Steve Jones for a check of the Riverside Market scoreboard. Steve.
University Home, the Creamery, and more. For further information, call 865-3455.
And the Nittany Lions have the football, second down and 10. 7:02 remaining to be played in the third park. From New Brunswick, New Jersey, the Scarlet Knights. 22,000 their enrollment. Coming to Penn State, and next year's game will be played at Rutgers.
John, Penn State better get on track soon because they'll be going into the fourth quarter. They're still sputtering. They're making some mental errors, and also they're not making some big plays. Now they're in a 2nd and 10 situation, and Rutgers is an awfully good defensive team, and they can anticipate very well.
Well, offensively for Penn State, they got that touchdown pass to Daniels in the last 23 seconds, but other than that, they did not show the kind of ball control or the ground attack that we expected to see.
They have not put together 4 or 5 first downs to put a drive on, and that's exactly what I'm saying. They're sputtering. Let's give credit to Rutgers defense, but they have to get on track and get some synchronization going.
Penn State has rushed 31 times, but their offensive total for that 31 carries is 70 yards. So,
well, they seen what they're doing is right. Now, they went to the eye, and they ran the ball a little bit, and then that time was play action off the first down, and Timpson was wide open, but you have to make the completion.
So Tim Freeman, the redshirt junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, is still being attended to on the field. He is the roommate of the man who runs beside him in this offensive line, Steve Wisniewski. Matt McCartan, a sophomore from Highland Park, Texas, is set to come into that offensive line for Penn State. Freeman is now sitting up, but he has not come off the field as yet, and they're going to get some of the troops to help make sure he can get off. So he will not leave the field under his own power. 7:02 to play third quarter. This series actually began 70 years ago, and Rutgers won the first game, but since then it has been all Penn State. They resumed it in 1950, and the Lions have won 15 straight.
I don't expect to see Timmy back, because when they carry off, it's usually indicative of some kind of a leg or knee or ankle injury, and they usually don't come back in.
And the word from Pitt Stadium is that the Mountaineers have just scored again. West Virginia is for real, 31-10 over the University of Pittsburgh in that big matchup here in the East. So after 7 years as an assistant at Penn State, former defensive coordinator, Dick Anderson coming on here, trying to get his first victory over Joe Paterno. On the left side, it is the tailback, Thompson, who swings it around. They had the open side of the field. He moved it outside the 40, near the 43, a gain of about 3. Jeff Newman made the tackle. Again, nothing really exploding offensively.
Well, they pursue very well. Pretty good move by Thompson that time. He took it flat, then come up, try to turn up and get a crack. That's something that they missed with Blair Thomas. Nobody did it any better than Blair Thomas. He'd string you out, then cut it back to the inside on you, and you could get in big trouble.
It is third down coming up. They go to the nickel back. The ball is spotted at the 43-yard line. It'll be third down and 7. Backs are split behind Bill. Straight drop. The blitz is on. They've got him back at the 30, and he's wrestled down. Near the 30-yard line, Tim Lester was all over him, and they just exploded off the line. Well, Darren Sella is charging in there. They had the blitz on.
Well, the blitz was picked up, though, by the back, and what Bill did, he didn't think it was going to be picked up, and he got out of the pocket, ran right into Lester, who was coming from the outside. That blitz was picked up by Thompson. He should have stayed in his pocket. He could have gotten the ball off.
McCoy and Young will be deep. Nice high kick. Young backs up to the 25. He fields it, starts to his right. At the 30, just short of the 30, he is wrestled down. A 44-yard kick that time by Doug Helkowski. Tim Sweeney on the tackle, along with Mark D'Onofrio. So Rutgers has the football. They will start this drive at their own 30-yard line.
These are the things you learn as a quarterback the more you play. You can never anticipate or expect anything. He saw a blitz, and he thought he was going to get sacked, and he went out of the pocket, and that's what actually caused him to be sacked. Should have stayed in the pocket.
Marsola and McQueen come to the left. Eric Young to the right. Straight back as Ernie dumps it over the middle. It's complete. Making the catch is the tight end, James Jenkins. Jenkins very close to a first down. Chismar and Gobb team up to make the tackle. He'll be about a yard shy of a first down.
First ball they've thrown to the tight end. That's one of the few times you see a formation with the tight end. Just a tight end delay underneath the zone coverage. Good call.
Went to the number 3 tight end, James Jenkins, a junior from Staten Island, New York. Frank Giannetti now along that defensive line, along with Eric Renke. Second and short, straight ahead running by Body. He's got the first down as he pushes his way across the 40 to near the 42-yard line. First down for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining, third quarter. Rutgers leading Penn State 14-10.
They're actually giving Penn State a little bit of their own medicine in the sense that they like to control the ball a little bit. They do everything that's safe, and they're very careful with the ball. They don't turn it over too much.
It is Bullock, Renke, Giannetti along that defensive front now for Penn State. Keith Goganis is in at linebacker right now as well. One pump, and then he threw it away. Ernie dropped. He was under pressure, pumped the ball once, and then just threw it out into the flat. Nobody home, no penalty called. Second down 10.
He's asking for interference on wide receiver number 5, and the official said no, McQueen did not get interfered with.
So it brings up a second down and 10. The ball at the 43-yard line. Rutgers still in their own territory. McQueen could not get away that time. So Scott Ernie will set up.
Good pressure. However, they've only sacked him about twice today.
He's 6 for 15, 68 yards. Certainly not the numbers he's used to putting up on the board. But his team has the lead. Ernie hands the ball off to Body. Body at the 45, breaks loose at the 50. To the Penn State 40, right down the middle. He could go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Rutgers. 57 yards. Body split it right up the middle and takes it into the end zone.
Well, they ran a draw play, beautifully designed. Keith Karpinski turned the play in, but there was nobody from the inside to help him out. There was no linebacker. They must have plugged the inside linebacker, got picked off. Body, not a real sprinter, but had enough speed to outrun Penn State secondary, and Rutgers goes in and takes a commanding lead. Penn State definitely has its work cut out from this fourth quarter that will be coming up.
4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter. A 57-yard Mike Body touchdown run, his second of this third quarter of play. Carmen Sclafani is on to attempt the extra point. It is good. And we have 4:34 remaining third quarter. Let's take a timeout for a word from our local stations. And now Rutgers 21, Penn State 10. This is the Penn State Sports Network. Dick Anderson coming on here, trying to get his first victory over Joe Paterno. On the left side, it is the tailback, Thompson, who swings it around. So far in the third quarter, Penn State offensively only one first down. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights have 2 touchdowns, and it's 21-10. Rutgers has the lead. Thompson and Brown will be deep to receive the kick. Geisler will put the ball in play. He runs up to the football, kicks it deep. At the 4-yard line, it's Thompson. Cutting back to his left 10, 15. He's tripped up at the 16-yard line. Quickly down on the play, Jeff Newman sliced his legs out from under him, and once again, 4 field position for Penn State. He did get out to the 16, but that was it.
Well, Newman cracked the wedge coming in from his left side at that time. If he didn't make the tackle, Thompson had a lot of blockers in front of him, and he could have got a big return out of it.
Now trailing in this football game by 11 points, Penn State is going to have to turn it up a notch on offense.
This is when you separate the men from the boys.
Brown and Green will be the running backs. David Jacob is the tight end. Timpson split far side. Daniels comes near side. McCartan is still in at tackle in place of Freeman on the left side. Bill with a handoff to Brown at the 15, outside of the 20, 21-yard line. He's run out of bounds. They'll spot it just outside the 21. A gain of about 5 on the play. Ron Allen ran him out.
Went back to the split backs and ran that draw play that they have been running so well this year, and Brown made a nice piece of yardage. 5 yards is a good first down play.
I think it's out of bounds. The clock stops with 4:23 left. We're in the third quarter at Beaver Stadium. Penn State scored with 23 seconds left in the first half to take a 10-7 halftime lead, but 14 points here in the third quarter, all belonging to Rutgers. Tom Bill has gone all the way at quarterback. Hand off to Green. Brown out in front. He's got some room across the 30. Still on his feet at the 35 to the 38-yard line. A 17-yard pickup by Green. Baker and Sellers team up to make the tackle.
Well, each team has picked up some of the other team's defensive schemes. That time, check off. They're in a split backfield, and they called a sweep to the short side from a passing formation to Green. He made a nice cut. If he didn't get tripped, again, he could have made a big yardage out of it, made more yardage out of it.
Spot comes at the 39-yard line. 11 carries, 62 yards for Green. They're in the I formation. Green in front of Brown right now. Timpson to the left, Daniels to the right. Tight end to the short side of the field. It's just following that blocking on the left side. It is Brown still on his feet. Fights his way outside the 45 near the 47-yard line. Just kind of picked his way through. 3:45 to play, third quarter.
Well, that time he cut it real back, short side sweep, tight end into the sidelines. Good formation. Put your best receiver to the wide side of field, so the secondary's got to double cover him. And then Brown makes a nice cut as Tompkins, the tackle, made penetration. Now, Penn State's got plenty of time if they can continue this drive.
At the 48-yard line, the 47-yard line, check it. It'll be second down and a couple for Penn State. Out of the I formation. Green straight ahead, first down. He's across the 50 to the 49 of Rutgers.
Now this is the best that they've shown so far. They're moving the ball around, tailback back to the fullback, split backfield draw play, sweep from a split backfield.
Mike Pergolizzi made the tackle. He quickly comes off. Pat Udovich is back on. Rich Humphreys checks in for Tim Lester. First down and 10 for the Lions. Inside Rutgers territory at the 49. This time they split the backs. It's Timpson to the right, Daniels to the left, straight back for Bill. Under some pressure, still with time down the middle. Daniels up in the air and incomplete at the 15. Daniels went high in the air that time with Derek Baker, and this time the ball is deflected incomplete.
You know, John, they went back to the short side of the field. It was good coverage here. Would have been a perfect play as Daniels tried to take to the post. Some pressure by Rutgers. I think they can bring Michael Timpson down and deep across the field, over the middle, similar to what BC does, because that seems to be the only open area.
Leroy Thompson now at tailback in the I formation behind Green. Tight end Jacob shifts from the short side to the wide side of the field, which is the right. Here's Thompson back to the short side inside the 50. He's nailed as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on the play, but we have a flag down as well. Marty Mays leading the tackle defensively.
Well, he come off his nose tackle spot. He just beat Duffy, slid to the outside, or Thompson could have turned that into a good run, but it's penalty against Penn State.
And the official will talk it over.
You cannot let your nose tackle come off blocks and pursue and make tackles inside out.
Well, Penn State will be sent back with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter, and Rutgers leading by 11. And
this is what's been killing them. They get a little bit of a drive going. They either get a broken play or they get a penalty, and it puts them in. Oh, they called it.
Personal foul both ways. The penalties will offset.
That's a break for Penn State.
Oh, we'll replay the down.
They replayed it down, and they're still in a position to get their first down and keep their drive going.
It's a dead ball foul. They won't replay the down. It will be third and about 8.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
We'll let the guys down there take care of the spot of the ball. Tom Bill taking a long look at the sidelines to see what the coaches want. It will be third down. The spot of the ball comes at the 47-yard line. So it is third and 8. Dead ball foul on each side.
Go back to that curl. Go back to that curl, I think. Curl Michael Timpson about 12 yards over the middle. Try to get that first down.
Odell Wilson is split to the left now. Michael Timpson is split to the right. Straight back is Tom Bill. Here comes the blitz. He gets away from one, drops the football, it's loose. Recovered by Rutgers at the Penn State 41. Bill could not get it tucked away. Matt Udovich stripped him of it. Jeff Newman was the man who was in forcing the play, and they wind up pouncing on the football. Tom Bill is down on the play.
Joe Paterno said they made enough mistakes last week for 3 games, they're making enough for about 6 today. Bill has to learn when he gets a blitz, he's got to tuck the ball away. He had it held out there like a loaf of bread as he absorbed the blows of the people blitzing, and the ball was knocked loose.
Tom Bill is still down. There are 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. And the Scarlet Knights in a great shape here, George, to try to put this ball game away.
But again, an excellent defensive game plan by Rutgers. Okay, they came with the blitz, and they realized Penn State was going to go for a curl, a 10 to 12 yard medium range play, and then they came with a lot of people and flush blitz Bill out, but he's carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. He's got to tuck it away when he feels that kind of pressure.
It is 21-10.
Well, we might see the Sacco, the big freshman, because Bill is down.
Bill is still down. Apparently working on his knee. The pressure came from the inside that time from a couple of people, really leading the blitzing.
And really, the pressure came from his right side, and he's a right-hander, and it's not the blind side, so really somebody missed an assignment.
At the strong safety blitz, Jeff Newman coming that time, and Newman wound up on the football. Let's check some scores and go to Steve Jones. Steve? Steve, thank you. Next week, we remind you, it'll be the Temple Owls at Veterans Stadium, 6:30 Eastern Time, airtime, right here on the Penn State Sports Network. We also invite you to join Joe Paterno and Fran Fisher every Thursday on many of these Penn State Sports Network stations for the Joe Paterno call-in show. Each Thursday from 6:05 to 7, you can call the coach with your question about Penn State football, and here's the number, 1-800-52-LIONS. That's 1-800-52-LIONS. Thursdays from 6:05 to 7 on many of the stations right here along the Penn State Sports Network, and Tom Bill has still not left the field. He's down at about the Penn State 46-yard line. They are helping him up now, and he is able to walk off.
I think we'll see a new quarterback. It gives the coach an opportunity to look at some of his other younger players. They got some highly touted players, but as far as Penn State having a chance to win, they must keep Rutgers off the scoreboard in this offensive series.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to play third quarter. The Nittany Lions are in trouble. It's 21-10 here at Beaver Stadium. 4 wideouts. They go to the one lone setback. And Young on a reverse is wrapped up by Rich Schoenwolf.
You know, John, Penn State defense has not played that poorly. They've given up 2 big plays. They gave up Young and looked like a broken coverage, and Body, that just was a beautifully executed play on that draw play for the touchdown. This time, Rutgers came with Young, and Penn State smelled that. So the defense is not playing really that badly.
A loss of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 15. The ball is outside the Penn State 45-yard line. They go to the nickelback defense, 5 defensive backs, 4 wideouts in the lineup. Right now for Rutgers, Ernie looks to his left, pumps, drops it over the middle. Ball is stripped out of the hands of Young. Defensively, Matt Baguette is there. Baguette stripped the ball. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 15 on the play.
Good pressure by the down lineman. Good coverage. They try to hit the receiver coming underneath the zone, and Penn State will allow them to do that, especially when it's 15 yards to go. 3rd and 15. Penn State stops and they get the ball back.
And now checking back into the lineup is Mike Body. Dwight Giles had been in there.
They might fake that draw play and throw of it, because they've run that draw play 2 or 3 times for big yardage.
Straight back is Ernie. He's under pressure, delivers the football incomplete. Young diving at the Penn State 32. The ball was out of his reach. It'll be 4th down. The Lions have held. 1:34 to play third quarter. Penn State trailing 21-10.
Well, Penn State was fortunate. They had Baguette, the freshman, number 18, man-to-man on Young, and he broke it over the middle, and the ball was just overthrown. Penn State needs some big plays.
It is 4th down. Eddie Johnson is now deep. Number 39, Johnson backing inside his own 15-yard line. Matt O'Connell came up with a big 51-yard punt.
They might only have 10 men on the field. I'm not quite sure.
O'Connell gets the kick away. He kicks it away from the Penn State receiver and out of bounds. A good job. That ball will be spotted at the 6-yard line. So Penn State has had a possession drive start at the 8 and the 16 here in this half.
O'Connell's done a great job punting for them all year long. He's averaging 43 yards, but when things go right, they go right. He dangled that out right on his 6-yard line, took away the chance of a return, and buried Penn State deep.
And from Delran, New Jersey, Tony Saka, the freshman, 6'5", 202 is on. Redmond and Green will be the running backs. Check it. Timpson and Daniels, the wide receivers. It's Gash and Redmond, the running backs. So a new backfield for Penn State. Saka rolls left into the end zone. On the move, pumps once at the 5, outside the 10, fights his way forward to the 11-yard line. A gain of 6 for Tony Saka.
Tony Saka, one of the most highly talented high school quarterbacks in the country. He can run, he's 6'5", he can throw, he's got a great arm. They go to the rollout. Now that's a good play, because he only takes the ball from the center. There's no exchange. Help him calm down. Watch him. Well, he actually pump faked on that and then took it for a 6-yard gain.
Huddle with the coaches. 5 defensive backs in there now for the Scarlet Knights. Blanton, Baker, McCoy, Allen, and Sellers. The ball at the 50.
Again, John, a great time for a screen pass.
Daniels to the right. Smith to the left. High formation, Green and Brown, the running backs. The fake, back is Saka, looking. Here's the screen, it's complete. On the move at the 45, the 40, at the 35, some room for Brown, cuts it back and dragged down at the 30-yard line of Rutgers. Brown broke it on the screen. They almost had him back near midfield, but he was able to run away from the coverage and get down to the 30. A 20-yard pickup, and we have another Rutgers player down on the field.
Well, that's great play selection, because they're coming, they're mixing up their nickel package with some blitzing. Screen was the perfect call. I'm glad whoever called it. Brown almost took this. He's going to be a great back because he sees the whole field. He cut it back, another one block, and he would have taken that in for a touchdown. He had to give a little ground.
And one of the keys to this offensive resurgence has to be the play of Tony Saka, the freshman. He's 3 for 7 passing, 66 yards. But as you mentioned, George, one of the early things that he did in rolling out and showing his mobility really changed the tempo and the feeling defensively for Rutgers.
Well, he picks up a team because he puts so much pressure on the outside contained people, because if he gets outside, he's got the defense in a bind. He can run with the ball, or he can throw it. If the coverage comes up, he'll throw the football. And I look for them to do that again.
The injured player is Ron Allen from Iceland, New Jersey. He is down on the far side of the field, right in front of the Penn State bench. The football is resting at the 30-yard line. The Lions started this drive at the 10. They went 29 yards to Timpson, then another 11 yards to midfield. Now a 20-yard pickup to the 30.
John, remember when they tried the end around, the flank around with Timpson? He fell down. It was wide open. They had to take some kind of a chance like that. It probably could go. If it goes, it'll probably go all the way. I don't know if they're going to do it.
The injured player, Ron Allen, is being helped to the Scarlet Knights bench, and while he heads in that direction, let's pause. 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network. Two minutes and 16 seconds to play.
And most important, 2 timeouts. So in other words, and they're in a 4-down area. Obviously, they got 4.
Rutgers has 2, Penn State still has 3.
Yeah, but we have 3 timeouts.
Yes.
Left. So plus that, plus being a 4-down area, that's a lot of time. In other words, they can run the ball quite a bit here, trying to run a draw play, get another first down, keep it going till they get real close.
Daniels to the left. Smith to the right. Out of the I formation, Todd Young switches from the left side to the right side. They do run the football, and a loss of a yard on first down by Brown. Slicing in was Ron Bugg to make the tackle.
John, I would get Todd Young out of there. He has not played that much against the run. He almost could have got called for not being down for a full second. They could have called a penalty on him, and it was his man, I believe, that blitzed from the outside. He seems unsure of himself as who to block.
Penn State takes the timeout with 2 minutes exactly remaining in the football game. Rutgers leading 21-16. Tony Saka goes to the sideline to confer with the coaches, and everybody is still here. The 10th largest crowd in Beaver Stadium history, coming 1 week after we had the 10 millionth fan pass through the gates of Beaver Stadium. And this has been a beauty. Last week, Penn State winning with 43 seconds left in the game on a field goal. Tonight, or this afternoon, 2 minutes left in the game. Rutgers up by 5. A strong performance by Rutgers. The one thing that really killed Penn State, a couple of penalties right on the first drive of the second half that Rutgers practically walked in for the score.
Very similar to what happened to BC. Last week, Penn State was fortunate. Let's see if they're that fortunate to pull it out today. But again, they got 3 downs to make that first down. And here's when you hope that they got some real secret plays. We used to say going into the bag that's going to fool everybody.
Backs are split behind Saka. Smith to the right, Daniels to the left. Straight back is Saka. Looking downfield for the tight end, incomplete at the 10-yard line. Todd Young got a hand on it, could not hang on at the 10-yard line.
That should have been completed. That's a good play. They ran the tight end, they split the secondary. Saka showed a lot of poise, waited. They had a blitz on to the inside. It was picked up, and he put it in the tight end's hands. I mean, it would have been a good catch, but you got to catch those if you're going to win a big game.
It'll be 3rd down, 11. Timpson returns to the lineup. He's split to the left. Daniels split to the right. Saka with the backs, brown and green. Here comes the blitz. Rolling to his right, looks back left over the middle of the pass, incomplete. Intended for David Daniels. He got a hand on it at the 22 and could not hang on. Now it will be 4th down, 11.
Oh, that's too bad because Saka saw the blitz, just did a semi-roll. He picked up Daniels, who was coming back underneath. He threw it a little high. Also a catchable ball. It would have been that big first down. Now they're down to pretty much one play.
Now it's 4th and 11. The clock shows 1:49 to play in the football game. David Jacob comes back in at tight end. Timpson and Daniels split wide left. The backs are split behind Tony Saka. The Nittany Lions looking for the big strike to Timpson. He's got it, diving catch, first down. Inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. First down for Penn State.
And that's a big-time throw. He threw it low and away so the defenders could not get their hands on it. Michael Timpson makes another great play to the inside. I would not be afraid to throw the ball to Michael Timpson over the middle.
Ball at the 17-yard line. A big 4th down conversion, and the Nittany Lions are going to stop the clock with 1:36 seconds to play. Penn State will have 1 timeout remaining. Rutgers has 2. The ball at the 17-yard line, and Tony Saka has come up big in his first game.
You know, the last 2 incompletions, they could have been caught. Young could have caught that ball, hasn't played that much. And the other one could have been caught too. That would have been good catches, but he's right on the mark. He doesn't get flustered. He looks awfully good for a freshman. I would like to see him come on that rollout where he has an option. Like, I still got plenty of time. They still can get another first down. This is going to go right down to the wire.
1:36 seconds of football left in Beaver Stadium. We entered the 4th quarter. It looked like the Scarlet Knights were in good shape to snap a 15 consecutive game losing streak to Penn State. But with Tom Bill injured, Tony Saka has come on, and he has rallied the troops offensively. This drive, for example, started at the Penn State 10-yard line. They have marched down to the 17 of Rutgers. And Saka, since coming into the ball game, is 4 for 9 for 80 yards. He's carried the ball twice for 23 yards. Tom Bill is on the sidelines with crutches and ice on the knee.
Single coverage on Timpson. Here's the
reverse. Timpson has it. Saka falls. No, they fake it, and it is still Brown with the football down at the 12-yard line. Saka had fallen down. Keep in mind, he did play a little bit at Virginia. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot him down back at the 18. That's the original line of scrimmage.
Well, John, the ball handling was so good, we thought Timpson had it. I think if they gave the ball to Timpson, he might have taken it in.
Second down. Saka throws it away to get the clock stopped. It'll be third down. So now they're down to 2 plays, third down, and you know on fourth down they will go for it. The Lions have already picked up one big fourth down play. It'll be third and about 11. 1 minute and 8 seconds left. They fooled everybody on the reverse. Then Saka fell down, and I saw the running back stop.
Well, they figured maybe Rutgers would anticipate the end around with Simpson. They faked it, let Brown keep it. Not a bad call, but as it turned out to be, it looked like Timpson might have been able to make some yardage, but you'd never know.
Smith comes on for Timpson.
Now they should try to get at least 7 here.
Timeout will be taken by Rutgers, and each team will have 1 timeout remaining.
Well, the reason Rutgers is taking timeout, number one, is set their defense, set their people down. Also, that if Penn State scores here, they might want to get one more shot at coming back and kick a field goal.
The difference in the game, 5 points. It's 21 to 16. The Scarlet Knights scoring 2 touchdowns in the third quarter to take the lead. And the Nittany Lions came alive in the fourth quarter. Gary Brown, a 4-yard touchdown run with 9 minutes left in the game. Penn State got the football back at their own 10-yard line, and they have marched now to the 18. It will be third down, 11. Saka comes back on the field. He has Smith and Daniels as his wide receivers. Now Timpson's going to come back in and replace Terry Smith. So Michael Timpson is back on. Brown and Green are the running backs. The play is set. The Lions are ready. Daniels comes to the left. Timpson to the right. Running backs will be split behind Tony Saka. The freshman quarterback who played at Virginia, getting his real first opportunity here. Throwing deep for Timpson in the end zone. Out of the end zone. He made the catch, but he was out of the end zone.
That was about a foot from a touchdown, and that was a pretty good throw. Again, they put a lot of pressure on Saka. They pick it up pretty good, but he handles it. He sees it. He drifts. He's got a feel for the pressure. Never takes his eyes off the receiver, and that ball is just about a yard too far. Michael Timpson could not get his feet in there. It was definitely an incompletion. Again, here we go, 4th and 11.
4th and 11 at the 18-yard line. Daniels and Smith wide right out of the I formation. Saka looking, waiting, still dumps it off. Pass complete. They've got a chance for the first down. A flag down at the 5-yard line. Brown is spun out of bounds.
I think it's defensive holding, though. I think they try to hold Brown.
We have a flag down. The Lions move the football inside the 5. Again, good presence by Saka.
John,
it'll be against Rutgers.
They try to grab Brown as he swung out of the backfield. That was a good call. Stops the clock.
The ball is spotted near the 3-yard line. The clock is stopped with 53 seconds left in the game. And now, joining the huddle and the officials' huddle is John Green, one of the co-captains. Wants to find out what the call is.
Well, they can take the option on the play. They'll take the play on the 3-yard line. Penn State should get this ball on the 3-yard line.
It is defensive holding. A little dump pass to Brown. Brown fought his way, finally spinning inside the 3-yard line before Derek Baker was able to drag him out.
John, you said it. Give credit to Saka. He picked it up.
So the ball is at the 3. The holding call is declined. 1st and goal, Nittany Lions with 53 seconds to play in the game.
And 1 timeout. They got plenty of time to get it in there. Hey, baby, you don't get this opportunity this often.
Tony Saka has a word with the coaches, returns to the huddle. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. The ball is spotted at the 3. 1st and goal, Penn State. Smith to the left, Daniels to the right. It is Thompson now at tailback. Green the fullback. Saka sets him up at the 3. Thompson spins his way down to the 2-yard line. It will be 2nd down and goal. Steve Tompkins made the tackle. Timeout taken, the last one by Penn State with 46 seconds left in the game.
Well, Penn State's 2 yards away from victory. Maybe 1 3/4. Thompson cut it up real tough, but I would get Gary Brown in that backfield right now. Here he's coming because he's the kind of a guy who can make that quick cut. He's got those short strides, and he's got a little bit more experience of finding the cracks in the defensive line.
It was Brown who fought the ball down to the 3. He was taken out for Thompson, but let's see if he will come back on the field with 46 seconds to play.
Again, you might see the rollout, fake the Brown here. They'll have another shot, so they might fake it and let Saka keep it, but I think they'll try to go off tackle with Brown.
Sam Gash also back in there. They'll go to the double tight end. John Wolf, David Jacob on. Now the Lions continue to change up on offense. Well, have to have some more people go out.
If they go to the short side with the 2 tight ends, fake that off tackle and let Saka keep it, that puts an awful lot of pressure on that corner.
The ball has not been marked ready for play as yet. Eric Jonathan has come in at right tackle for Jeff Brubaker. Bob Vernalia. Matt McCartan has played a lot in the second half after Tim Freeman went down with an injury. Roger Duffy at center, along with Ed Monahan. Second down and goal. The ball at the 2-yard line.
Saka should have told his guys to get on the ball right away if we don't make it.
Power formation. Strong to the right side. Diving to the 2-yard line, it's Brown. He will not get in. Clock running with 40 seconds to play.
That's it. They're on the ball. They can throw an incompleted pass here. Stop the clock.
Clock continues. 33 seconds to play. The ball is marked ready for play. Third down, a loss of a yard. It's 3 to go. Again, Saka with a keeper, looking in the end zone. Got a man wide open, incomplete. 19 seconds left in the game. David Jacob was wide open in the end zone. The pass was a little bit too tall, and it is 4th down.
I'll tell you, I'd come right back with the same play because they were so wide open. Rutgers is so conscious of that off tackle hole. I mean, here was the ball game. You can't get any more open than that. That's too bad for David Jacob.
He actually, I think, mistimed his jump just a little bit as he went up for the ball.
And I think Saka kind of nursed it in there a little bit. And he was surprised to see him that open. Okay, they got one more shot.
4th down. Ball at the 3-yard line. Saka looking, rolling, still looking. Throws into the end zone, incomplete. And that will do it. 4th down, and the Scarlet Knights, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, will get the football back.
Great goal line stand by Rutgers. Got to give them credit. Penn State had the opportunities. They made too many mistakes.
12 seconds remaining, and a lot of years of frustration are about to end for Rutgers. It was 70 years ago that Rutgers defeated Penn State 26-3, and since then it has been all Penn State. Timpson, the intended receiver near the back of the end zone, he was diving for the ball, but it was out of his reach, no chance. 12 seconds are all that remains, and Dick Anderson is going to beat Joe Paterno for the first time in his 50 years head coach of the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Wow, what a great football game this afternoon.
2 big wins for Dick Anderson, on the road.
Beats Michigan State away, and as they fall on the ball at the 1, Penn State has no timeouts remaining, and that will do it. 10th largest crowd in the history of Beaver Stadium, and for the first time since Dick Anderson moved from Penn State to Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights get the victory. That's the end of the game. The final score, Rutgers 21, Penn State 16. We'll be back in a moment on the Penn State Sports Network.